And we are live. So everybody, sorry for the wait. Due to both people having issues getting here in a timely manner, not within their own control. That is not throwing aspersions. We are a little bit late. I am very sorry for that. Also, we got a little bit off track when we were discussing things here. It took us another 5 minutes to get started. Thank you everybody for coming. This is the second episode of Genesis, as run by our friend Fray, both the proprietor and the author of the original setting that this is placed in, Genesis. Thank you all for coming. And Fray, why don't you take over? He is horrified at the fact that Ausar keeps throwing himself off the balcony. Oh, yeah. You can't hurt. You can't hear Fray? That's weird. Let me try and fix that. He's at normal volume. You should be audible. I should. One second. Is it? No, we had session 0. Oh, very sorry. Because the last few days I've been constantly moving my computer. The what do you call it? The audio devices have been messed up a bunch. One moment. Advanced audio properties.
Call out post. If you play Elzen in Final Fantasy 14, I am sorry that you have giraffe neck.
There we go. There we go. The first thing people hear is giraffe neck. Lovely.
I just feel bad.
Wait, we're doing call out posts?
Yeah, we're doing call out posts on our twitter.coms. Anyways,
okay. The only boost was Fray for being such a bitch.
Wow, okay. I'm gonna remember that. I'm taking your shits after this. But until then,
You pull an alligator oriented.
Should have left you. Anyways,
When I got fucking destroyed.
okay. Anyways, I think it'll be time to get a little quick little review, I should say, of the past session, because it's been a little while since our last one. So last session, our first official session, was the Storm Festival on the 22nd of Fur. Everybody was gathered at the High Priestess Hotel, watching the festivities being undergone, and it was a general fun time until the entire segment of the city was hypnotized, and then a following fire explosion basically burnt down the entire 8th district. On top of that, while everything was going on and things were admittedly very hectic, the rest of the party managed to get caught in what I like to call some timey-wimey bullshit and brought themselves back about 15 years into the past, seeing an event play out, announced to the strange girl who's been following them around like a ghost. This vengeful spirit, as it seems. Um, After the timey-wimeys were done, and everybody was freed from this magical Genesis infused time warp, uh, the party tried to find their way back. They did have the passcode to get to the service elevator, but not the key card, so they weren't able to get down properly. On top of that, they did receive a call from Ausar King, who told them that they had been missing for 10 days. At this point, they were getting out of the hospital. Everything seems to have calmed down, albeit there are guards kind of patrolling the area because it is a massive crime scene. But because it's a crime scene, thankfully, the van and subsequently the motorcycle that is now slammed into the side of a house have both been left. So you are all able to pile into the van, and then you can begin your journey back. Now the question becomes, where do you all want to go? Do you want to head over to the 7th district immediately to meet up with Ausar over at the penthouse hotel where he kind of gave you all? I had a name for it, and I'm going to be honest, I should have wrote it down. What do you all want to do? Do you want to check out the 8th district, see what might have been going on? Do you want to go right to the 7th district? This I turn over to you all, because that is where we are picking up.
I very much
I
take it
mean-
we're inside the van right now.
That was the last thing you all were doing. You were all kind of loading up into the van, so you might not have left yet, but you were all getting prepared.
Maybe we make our way to Alsar, and on the way kind of get our bearings of what we missed while we were having some timey-wimey bullshit.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe ask some pedestrians.
Yeah, I see no reason not to go that way.
Yeah, well, one thing to say is that you have not seen any pedestrians. Since everything kind of happened, it seems like this place has been pretty much locked down.
Exactly, and the sooner we get out of this district, the better.
Yeah.
I like to imagine Rowan is just currently mourning the loss of his bike that probably costed him a whole year's fucking salary.
It's
Milk
okay,
is there just to
Rowan.
pat him on the back.
We'll get you a new bike and a new TV.
Yep, and I believe we should sort of boot out of here.
So if you're
Cal is still absolutely bemused and befuddled by all the crazy ass science shit they just bore witness to back there.
Yeah. Poor Cal. I just thought about that. You just. Yeah.
This man just witnessed several war crimes being committed, and it's just like, oh god, the horror.
They were right. Yeah, no. As there we go. I'm assuming that everybody's kind of. Oh no, Genevieve, go.
I was just. Oh, yeah, the bot's still going for that.
Yeah,
so
I was going to mention that.
yeah, no, that's automatic for now until the campaign is finished. Sorry, everybody. Especially those of you who aren't German, so it's actually literally useless to you. Still, anyway, I was going to say not much, honestly. It's going to be a quiet car ride home, and Genevieve isn't going to say very much. She's
Understandable.
a little haunted by the fact that one of the children she tried to save came back in the form of some specter or something to wreck the city.
That's true. Yeah, you probably are going to have quite a bit to think about.
Mm.
Actually, frankly, majority of you are. Gene, you as well. You probably, considering that they just shot down dogs like nothing, and like, oh look it, they're transforming. I'll put them down, Paw.
After a little bit of us
A little bit of
trying
an
to
old
make everyone
yeller.
sort of start speaking up and sort of help in level of like really decompressing and going over everything. Let's see, we were in the past, we saw children die and dark secrets are exposed. Anything else people want to get out on the chest?
Just destruction. I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Horrible nightmare times with 10 days in the future.
Well,
I think there was a show about this once.
well, I doubt
Tongue.
this will be any sort of comfort, whether cold or otherwise. But that girl that we saw was one of the 10 children. Yes, including that young bugbear we encountered, who broke free of the experiment. He was one of the 10 as well. There was 10, right, Matt? Fray?
Yes, there were 10.
Right. Those two of 10. Children that Dr. Worf and I, Worf the older, not Worf the younger, that cretin. That Dr. Worf and I smuggled out of the city. And I can't tell if this means they made it out alive, or if this means they've come back as wrathful specters. Those were the original subjects of the night program, including that young tiefling girl, garbed in wilderness clothing that she was. So, as I believe is almost our due deserts,
And
the ghosts of
presume that
the
everyone-
the ghosts of the past have come back to bite us in the ass.
And then I presume everyone was during that little masquerade and the trip through time was someone related to it in some form.
All
Or at least
involved,
that's your prediction of it all.
all involved in the night program. Yes,
Of course.
I was myself, only younger. There was Dr. Worf the older, and that was why I was so befuddled when I saw your face. As he's, to my best knowledge, very, very dead, thanks to Ausar. Unless tonight's events throw his death as well as the death of those children into question.
No, because we didn't have anything to do with really his death.
No. Ausar had to do with their deaths.
Yes, but I suppose we'll see. I sort of clapped my hands at that with sort of like, the shrugging in the passenger seat.
My best estimation is that that whole alternate persona thing was just time trying to correct itself.
Matt, I take it that this van is really tight knit to the point that you really can't whisper in here without everyone hearing you.
Yeah, no. The way that it's kind of set up is again one of those
Yeah.
like old '90s conversion vans. There's the
It's a panel
there's
van.
the seats in the back. Yeah, the old pack rat van. Yeah,
I remembered something. Doku, you're gonna hear Rowan communicate with you via telepathy.
Okay.
Hey there, little guy. Is it bad to say that all the stuff that happened in there didn't really necessarily faze me a whole lot?
No.
Sure, it was horrible, but I didn't really have any connection to anyone in there.
Me neither.
Well, glad to see we're on the same page when you're not stabbing me in the side, but
Oh, the irony.
Ain't it though? As you make your way through the ruins of the 8th district, thankfully there doesn't seem to be too many guards positioned around. It seems like everyone has kind of just been scattered off trying to, not necessarily a reconstruction effort, but it doesn't seem like most people are really out and about right now. Driving along, though, the wall that surrounds the 8th district and subsequently the High Priestess are both some things that you pass by as you attempt to get over from the 8th district to the 7th district. And notably, you discover that they look much worse for wear. While everything else kind of looks burned to cinders, there are still notable signs that what these buildings were. Nothing is destroyed beyond repair, except for the wall, which is a massive gaping hole in it. Something seemingly exploded outwards and tore through it. And the High Priestess, which is basically barely standing. It's a husk. It looks like something also exploded there.
Well, I'm quite glad we didn't wait around in there.
But eventually you do find your way out. There is a checkpoint that's been set up, however. And how do I put this? It's one of those guard posts, in a sense, almost like a toll road. Sitting there are two guards, and they're blocking in the basically the entrance and the exit. As you pull up, they look very confused. And one of them gets out and kind of waves you to drive up a little bit, and then motions for Genevieve to roll the window down.
What do these guards look like?
They look like standard guards. They look like what you would expect out of the city guard. They're garbed in their traditional black with some of the armor padding. They both have firearms, but and their helmets are on, covering just their eyes. Their nose and their mouths are exposed. Uh, look to be orc, actually.
I will roll the window down for them.
What do you think you're doing with that contraband?
Contraband?
Yeah, this is evidence. You guys
This
just can't come in here and start taking things.
taking things. This is my vehicle. I'm gonna yeah. I will take my license and registration. I will present it. This is my vehicle.
Basically, like once I see where this is going, you do see Marquis like start opening up the glove compartment and going through it to find the registration.
Yeah.
Yes. This is not evidence, sir. I fled the disaster and came back for my vehicle. This is my work vehicle.
Who let you in?
I wasn't aware that I needed to be let into the place I live.
We've evacuated this whole district.
I'll roll down one of the windows, stick my head out, and say, as a fellow knight, I can testify to the fact that we were here when it happened. We got stuck in some sort of time anomaly, and thus we're only able to leave now.
Okay,
shortly.
yeah, sure, yeah, timey-wimey, whatever, no,
I was attempting to avoid this.
My dear friends, I say, still like half going through the glove compartment. I believe the real thing here is that we should be leaving, because we have a rather important meeting with the Pillar Knight, I believe. And if you wish, we could dial him up, and then he can talk to you, and then that will be a whole fiasco for your whole situation, but I doubt you want to deal with that. But if you were to turn a blind eye and say we were never here, then your jobs or jeopardy and paperwork wouldn't have to be an issue for you, would it?
Definitely go for a persuasion roll on that one, because basically what you're saying is, I know a guy.
Yeah.
not I know a guy, but you're literally saying, hey, my dad owns Microsoft, so yeah, no, roll persuasion.
What'd I get? Oh, that is a 25.
Okay, oh my god, yeah, no fucking...
Good.
With the combination of everything, registration and all that, but also with Marquis' pretty convincing performance, the guard kind of goes, fine, whatever, just get out, I don't need to deal with this, and frankly, whoever let you in here, you shouldn't have been here.
We wouldn't have you in the first place, dear fellows.
Yeah, fine, yeah, whatever, go. And they kind of lean back and go, raise the gates! And as they do, they step back and they eye you up and they look you up and down, and then they kind of nudge towards the cameras as you drive off. The gate lifts, and you go through, and you're on the Irisian Highway. The drive over to the 7th District is not far from there. It's probably about a 10-15 minute drive. But as you get yourself on over, you eventually find yourself getting off the exit ramp, and you find yourself in the 7th District of Iris, which admittedly looks very similar to the 8th District. It's a business district, so lots of taller buildings, some small shops as well. And in particular, this is one of the districts that holds the Guidelian Cultural Center. Subsequently, it is an entire strip. It's Little Guedel, as they like to call it. It is an entire strip dedicated to just that little cultural area, and it's basically right next door to where Ausar instructed you to go. The tallest building in the 7th District is how he said it. Now the question is, do you want to go there right away? Do you want to explore? Or are you just tired of this? I need to get the hell in there.
Personally, it's not like I have much to do around here.
That's fair.
Before we do, before we do this, Genevieve is going to pull into, I guess, a gas station. Say, all right, everybody, we're probably in for a lengthy conversation. If you need to use the bathroom, go do it. I'm going to go grab some drinks and maybe something to eat for all of us, since we've been through an ordeal, and I don't think any of us got to partake of the buffet at the High Priestess.
Yes,
So-
and I think a change of clothes is in order for some of us.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to go refuel the van and grab some drinks and some food. Yes, take care of what you must.
Rowan's gonna check for pocket wings.
Pocket wings. Does he keep like buffalo wings in his fireman coat?
Well,
Oh
well,
my
another implied is that he stole, so he got some wings from the buffet and just shoved them in his pocket.
Gross, but sure.
Gross but efficient.
Gross but efficient.
Except when
Yeah,
it gives
no,
you food poisoning.
you know. That then
That'd
leads an
be worse.
that leaves an interesting idea as did everything else age with you? Did you all age 10 days in that little time loop? Are those 10-day-old wings in your fireman's
Hey
coat?
man, listen, 10-day-old wings are still wings.
I'm gonna
Well,
pull off the wings.
okay. If the wings that he's pulling out look bad and ugly and old, I'm gonna slap them out of his hand.
Make a con save, bro. No, I'm kidding. They're fine. You,
Besides,
all seemingly,
being covered in pocket lint.
yeah. Aside from being covered in pocket lint, they're fine. It appears as though that you personally have not aged 10 days. So everything on your person is just in the same shape that it was when you all entered the little time warp.
Infinite life hack.
Infinite life hack.
Infinite life.
You're just gonna brush some of the pocket lint and sit on it and just start eating them, just in the corner. Like, don't look at me.
I am going to go to the bathroom.
I'm also going to use the bathroom and also grab some snacks and stuff. Cal will hop his way out of the van and say, "Well, can't deal with oncoming potential horrors without on an empty stomach."
Rowan,
I'm
you
gonna
will...
find
I will
non-pocket
also-
wings.
I'll get some. I'll try to get some like healthy snacks for everyone. And if there's a TV inside of the convenience store, I'll check like the news to see if there's anything about the disaster that happened.
And also
if
buy
there's,
the TV.
Same, yeah.
No, I
Don't
won't
Yeah,
get
assuming
the
you
TV.
have the
The
money for
convenience
that.
store.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what, Doku? I'm gonna give you a $5.
Oh,
What's a
fuck.
fiver?
A $5 bill.
This is money.
Actually,
5
or-
credits.
Oh, I thought everything was paid by card.
It is paid by card. He's basically like, yeah, here you go.
I basically said, here's my credit card.
He Venmo'd you.
You Venmoed me 5 still.
it's
Is
paid
anyone
by...
else in the car, or is it just Rowan just munching on his pocket?
I think Jean is still there staring at you, judging.
Oh, yeah, I am staring at you judgingly, but I'm gonna go step out for a smoke, actually, because that's really
He's
gross.
But right as he like steps out, Rowan's gonna like, do you want some?
Fuck off. Mm-mm.
Oh, you swore you're not supposed to swear.
Why are the uppies up here so rude? Jesus. Or
No, it's mainly just the issue. Just like as I'm getting it, it's like no. Mainly the issue is that you're eating pocket lint. Not so much that you're eating like pocket wings. It's the lint on the wings that's causing the issue.
lint off. I'm not gonna eat the lint.
Alright, that's fair enough.
At least not that.
A twist.
I
Oh, I
keep
guess minor
using my
illusion
pocket
make look.
lint.
There's pocket lint on it again.
It-
And then I.
Do you want one?
No, it has lint on it. It casts minor illusion, make it look like it has pocket lint on it.
What the? Do I just roll like a wisdom save or something? Like
No.
What is
The thing
intelligence?
is that it's intelligence. You can make an intelligence save, but on top of that, you're gonna have advantage because he didn't subtle spell it or anything. He just went. It's linty.
Actually, fun fact. Yep. Actually, not. Let me double check because I believe with nothing up my sleeve. Oh no, it just requires no material component.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, just make an intelligence save, Bev.
Let me double check because I believe with
A natural
intelligence.
20. I did it on the roll 20.
Okay, then we'll just yeah, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, I believe with
Alright.
things like silent image, it usually calls out that physical interaction with the image should
It's
include
an
illusion.
intelligence check against your spell save DC.
Intelligence check. Yeah, investigation.
Nobody got Julian his fun.
Oh no, poor Sam. But yeah, no. I suppose I'm in there with Primrose, looking for looking for decent snacks. Genevieve is not going to be looking for any that are particularly nutritious or healthy, but is going to actively avoid things that are like onion or bacon scented. In the meantime, as well, while she picks up a few bags of those, maybe like a can of prongles or something.
Get some burritos.
Is also going to be grabbing a can of March Breeze, like Febreze, but next month. And they're gonna get like a big can of that with the ready trigger spray. Gonna shove that in her pocket. Not like trying to steal it, but like just have it there in her coat pocket when she's done buying. And keep an ear out for a radio or an eye out for a TV as well for current events.
Yeah, as you are both in there, actually, you do see that there's the TVs on. It's pretty much from everything you've seen. Most people are plastered to it, looking. And once again, the familiar anchor, Neri Kane, is on there. And you've caught her in the middle of the segment that they're investigating, and you basically overhear, nothing has been actually decided as to what caused the source of the explosion that night. But what we can tell is though the fires were put out by our brave Pillar Knight, Ausar King, and he quickly stamped it out, he wasn't able to get there in time to stop out the resulting attack. We now go live over to the 8th District as the Chief of Police begins his investigation as to what he's found. And then he just begins droning on with the generic, oh, well, we're doing the best we can. We can't display any details right now as it's pretty close to our chest information, but we want to know that everybody's safe, that type of thing.
Is he a halfling named Lightfoot?
Yes.
This
This is Halfling Lightfoot.
Oh my god.
Chief Lightfoot, captain of one of the leaders of the 8th District Guard Division. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And finishing off with a very much, we will be getting to the bottom of this attack. And again, just the general what you expect to be said off of a commissioner trying to keep the peace for politics' sake.
Oh, nothing new about that. More of the same. Primrose, how are you doing? You found anything interesting?
Yes. And I walk over with some water bottles, some tea, and some trail mix. Try to not make note of the things that Genevieve is purchasing.
Well, Genevieve has a can of shoe polish. We call it a bottle, like the spray bottle of air freshener. She's got a couple bags of crisps and chips and general like junk food that'll fill the hole basically, as well as just we call it a couple of apples and an orange.
Yeah. And I'll just say, what we went through was a bit troubling, or rather deeply troubling, I should say. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around what you said, which, I mean, it was different from what I was told, the whole Alsar thing. It just doesn't seem real to me still.
I understand. It was difficult for me to wrestle with as well. When I got into the night program, I was fully convinced I was doing something for the betterment of not just Iris, but the world. And when I found out that what we were doing was not, in fact, making super soldiers, but we were making monsters out of children and subjecting them to unspeakable pain. And then for those that failed, though not so much failed as didn't have the constitution for something that most people would not have, we simply killed them and threw their bodies away. So I understand how much of a surprise and how much of a blindsiding this can be, but this is why I say you should speak to Ausar himself and ask him, because he regards himself as about as much of a hero as I regard myself as being a doctrine-abiding medical professional.
Yes.
We both
I'll
would.
have a long conversation with him.
I'm sure he'll be happy to speak to you. Or perhaps not happy, but I'm sure he'll oblige you. We both began wanting to do the best we could for people, and we failed.
Well, you tried your best. That's important. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry about everything.
Thank you.
I really am.
I appreciate it.
should,
But
yeah.
I should mention, though, that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and we've seen what happens when our good intentions have brought actual hell into the real world. The Abyss is a testament to our failures. Anyway, heavy topics like this should not be discussed inside of a gas station. We should keep this for when we're speaking to Ausar.
Yes.
Yeah, Calden's probably stepping back out of the bathroom at this point, and he was looking around for some snacks to bring along the road, and he probably overheard you guys, but didn't say anything at first because he wanted you guys to finish your conversation. But when you mentioned the Abyss, he kind of peeks around the corner and says, "This?"
Oh, hello.
Hi, Cal.
We were just
discussing
some things.
Yeah. Sorry to butt in. I just didn't want to interrupt you guys. First, I'm sorry you guys had to go through that too. That was as a native of Greshik, that stuff seems unnatural, especially to us.
I'm sure.
Must be very jarring for you to see.
I'm sure everything about Iris is jarring for you.
Oh, it's an understatement. I've been in the city for a decade and a half or so up to now, and it's still a lot about this place. It still gets me. Like a car. Just a car.
Yeah. It is a lot of technology all around, but eventually you get used to it, and it's quite convenient.
I'd always hoped we'd been able to spread this technology out to the wider world, but we've always just, I've always asked myself why that's never happened, and why it's never even managed to go out to the slums beneath the city. And the more I've stayed here in the city, and the more I've lived and worked here, the clearer and clearer the answer to that has become. And it's not a fun one.
Yeah, no, take it from me. You don't need cars where I come from.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go outside the city and see what the rest of the world has to offer. I suppose I've just never allowed that to myself. But anyway, I'm gonna go get these.
I overheard. He'll whisper a bit and say, "I overheard Abyss."
Yes, the Abyss. The massive Genesis hole we made in the world.
That rings a bell.
You don't know about the Abyss?
I personally don't know anything about it, but years and years ago, I could have sworn. This might just be me misremembering things, but I overheard grandfather. He was always a strange sort, but I overheard people talking about him muttering about it and muttering about all the things that dwelt within. The things in the dark watching him while he slept.
I don't mean to pry or offend. I'm really just curious, but are you sure he was in a sane state of mind?
Pretty sure he wasn't. So, for all I know, that was probably what he was going on about. But at the same time, he always seemed genuine. Some kind of genuine. Either just sure of himself or sure of what he was seeing and hearing and stuff. But that's just what I know about it. Grandpa certainly had some connection to it.
Why?
What I heard, he had gone down the Abyss some time ago, and was never the same since.
Sounds like he
When
was.
he was a lot younger.
It sounds to me like if
Oh.
your grandfather truly did go to the abyss, he was tainted and perhaps haunted by it.
That is curious. He actually went down there.
Not many.
Might have been the abyss, might have been somewhere else, but either way.
Most people don't return from the abyss alive.
I wonder what happened. Whatever he saw, it must have been something
Horrendous.
treacherous enough to scare him.
I don't think it was that scared him. It was, or I don't think it was just that scared him. I don't think, because he always mentioned something called the mother.
You mean his mother?
No. No, the mother. Game master.
Anyways, I don't mean to sour this mood. Got any Dunions?
Dunions.
Oh, there's some over there, but they're rather unhealthy.
Yeah.
You can pick whatever you like, though.
Yeah, you hear.
No, I was gonna get something like fruit or something, anyways.
You hear Genevieve kind of hum under her breath, going, "Once you have one, you never done."
Oh, please. I haven't heard that since I was a kid. Don't remind me.
I hate those jingles. I don't actually enjoy them, but the jingle still is wired into my brain. I'm gonna go get these to the kids. I'm gonna go pay. If there's anything else you guys want to grab,
I'm probably gonna grab a couple bunches of grapes, maybe some fruit snacks if I feel like indulging myself in some of that.
assuming that a gas station will stock these things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What if like Cal just like starts looking for fruit in a gas station and is disappointed to find that there is none?
Yeah,
You just try.
the freshest thing you'll find is the gas station sushi, and it's not fresh.
It's fresh in very large air quotes.
It's fresh, as in there's relatively recently born biological life on it.
Yes.
Oh yes, the roller hot dogs. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, Genevieve is going to pay. She does every day for her mistakes. And is going to pay. Try to pay the cashier as little mind as possible, because he probably deals with all kinds of shit and doesn't want to have to deal with our shenanigans. Wherever he is. Basically, then gonna wave to the other two and say, "You guys don't take too long." As she will then exit the gas station, go to the van, open the door, deposit the groceries she's bought on her seat for the time being. Take out the can of March Breeze that she has in her coat pocket. Rowan, you currently still sitting there with pocket wing bones in your hands?
Yeah, I'd say you probably just see him like come back from throwing them out.
With hands like still covered in buffalo sauce.
Yeah, he just kind of wipes them on the outside of the car.
Genevieve is going to immediately spray him down with March Breeze. Just
What the fuck?
Pepper spraying him with the Febreze.
I would like to be holding back laughter as I'm watching this all go down.
Yeah, you're just smoking.
I think it's around at this point that heckin' Marquis actually leaves the bathroom, like his hair a little bit wet, but like looking a little bit fresher, just sort of like, alright, well, I'm gonna stay over here, I think.
Rowan's still over in the corner, like coughing. It's like,
I like to imagine that Gene is just recording this on his phone and smoking a cigarette at the same time.
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
Planet Sun.
Check. I might be able to just create a.
What was that for?
You smell of buffalo sauce and you wiped your greasy fingers on the side of my van.
I can wash it for you later.
You wash it now or I'll spray you again.
Okay, fine.
Also, wash your hands. There's a bathroom in the gas station. I don't care if it smells like shit. Go.
No, I don't need that. And using my little psionic-y powers, I am gonna conjure a little rain cloud on top of the van.
Oh, I forgot you were a firefighter.
It is important to remain clean.
I'm also going to cast Prestidigitation and smell like daisies. Actually, you know what? Let's go with lavender.
And like as it's pouring down on the van, he's just gonna stick his hands in the rain and just gonna wash them off.
Better, thank you. As then she will then go about a little more delicately, just spritzing the inside of the van while everybody's outside it.
You could have just done that.
Yes, but you smell like buffalo sauce.
Is it really that bad of a smell?
Kind of, yes, actually.
It perhaps out here it wouldn't be so bad, but locked inside the van with you, it would have been worse.
Oh, fair.
Whatever the case, you smell like a March breeze. Anyway.
Mixed with a little bit of soot, but yes.
A little bit.
I personally have decided that you're not allowed with any of my shit.
Well, why would I want any of your shit in the first place?
You know, a lot of our
Good.
party's wearing white. That's a good point. Buffalo sauce is very much something to be feared in this party. We're three out of it.
Most black on him, I guess you could say, like appearance-wise.
You have black on you, and so does Cal, and Doku does, but the rest of the party is wearing white. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all wearing white.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
He is a balloon.
Listen, I may have some blue accents, I also have black accents, but you also forget I also have a ton of different costumes. There's a reason why I said some of us need a change of clothing.
That's fair.
Yes, the master of disguise and intrigue.
I walk out dressed in an actual, like, sort of, like, button-up shirt and khakis. It's my work clothes. I can't go walking around the ground all the time.
Would you not have sent me that outfit?
No.
I had to draw the actual costume.
That's because he's in this costume half the time.
We've broken.
You never asked.
We've broken character. Now Sully's pissed.
To be fair, it's
Sully
not
calm-
the artist's job
Sully
to
calm down.
ask, it's the person's job to offer.
And in fairness, the one that said that was Matt.
That is true. I did say that.
Also, yeah, Shawodi makes a point.
I'll Venmo you 10 more, 20 more.
Shawodi makes a point in that now Marquis is dressed like a dad.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to. I would like to.
Also, welcome, welcome Silver Sphere. Welcome in.
Yeah, welcome everybody. I would like to draw attention to what Hamura said, or Shawudi said, being that last session it was timey-wimey confusion. There was an attack on the city. There was a mass hypnotist attack, and then an explosion. And this session, for the beginning of it, we have been debating gas station topics.
Yeah.
Welcome to the road trip. This is going to happen a few more times, I think.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm here.
I'm glad I took this pit stop.
And also, just as a side note, every time we leave a gas station bathroom, I have a different change of clothes.
I'm glad I took this stop. Also, no magical, no Suki. It's timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey.
Not tidy-whitey.
Tidy-whitey.
Though I think I think after everything that people have gone through, I think it makes sense that that Marquis would want a change of underwear.
Absolutely.
No, it's more like I just have to get out of the gaudiness.
True.
So I can, what's not gaudy, a short sleeve button-up shirt, khakis, and flip-flops.
Oh, I was just imagining he's in like this emo outfit.
No, he looks more like just sort of a guy.
He's dressed up like one of the members of Panic at the Disco.
Oh my god.
No. That's whenever we go to a rock concert.
Haven't you ever heard of closing the goddamn door?
can't wait for PillarCon this year. They're gonna.
PillarCon?
Exactly, PillarCon. I'll bust out the
Primrose will blend right in.
The house.
Primrose will.
the Panic at the Pillar costume. Okay.
Yes. Primrose will blend right in if we go.
When I was a young boy.
No, wait, no,
The
it's not.
club is going to be performing at PillarCon this year.
No, it's not Panic at the Disco Universe. It's Anxiety at the Party.
Oh, see, I said frightened at the club, but I think
Anxiety
both of us agree.
party.
That's fantastic. Anxiety at the party wins. There we go. Oh my god. All right.
Anxiety at the hoedown.
Yeah, and I'll dress up as Jimmy Urine.
Jimmy.
Back to our regular scheduled programming.
Who left?
I don't know. That killed somebody apparently.
I think it was Vera.
I think it was Vera was in here for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has died.
All right.
You just hear, you just hear one of the Oblivion guards say, "Someone's been murdered."
Anyway.
Presumably, you all get back into the van. Everyone settles down.
Yes.
It now smells like air freshener.
It smells like air freshener.
Yeah, my mouth in particular tastes like it now. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, sorry, I'm still thinking about anxiety at the party.
Genevieve will pass back some snacks so that people can fill their probably grumbling stomachs at this point.
Prim will also do the same.
Snack hand.
Cal will come back from his excursion, the gas station. He'll also pass out some fruit snacks and some grapes and stuff to people if they want them to.
So Primrose, you have enough money to buy all these snacks, yet you don't have enough to buy me a TV. Very suspicious.
There's a price difference in TVs versus snacks. I'm still saving up for your TV. Don't worry.
You better be. Now I need to extort another night for a new ride. Jesus.
Yeah, Doku is still at the convenience store.
And we drive off.
Him there? Are we gonna forget him there?
We drive.
Oh shit! We forgot Doku.
If we
turns around.
It's okay.
Drifting back to the gas station.
It's okay if we forgot it. It probably wasn't important.
Wow.
No.
Dogu's standing outside with a lollipop and one of those propeller hats. Like, where did
Oh my god! Oh, we gotta draw that.
No, Doku's just gonna go to the bathroom, enters one of the most disgusting stalls, finds a gun, comes out, cocks the gun, and just enters the convenience store again.
No. But yeah, no. The mental image of Doku standing outside of a gas station with a propeller hat, one of those big swirly lollipops, and just a bit of drool coming off the edge of his mouth.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna
Absolutely
as if we go Tokyo Drift to get fucking Doku back. Rowan's just gonna get out of the car, walk up to Doku, pick him up, put him back inside, shut the door.
I also like to believe that Doku's like drool is acidic, so it's just leaving like a burning, steaming puddle on the ground.
Also, we're at 15 viewers so far.
Nice.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Oh man. Doku got a DACA. Oh god, no. All right.
A DACA.
DACA. It's the sound a assault rifle makes.
Oh,
actually, no. Instead of DACA, it says Doku.
Doku.
That's a cry.
The Dokumatic.
The Dokumatic. All right. Aside from then looking into getting Doku a fully automatic needle.
Doku has the DACA and the Doc has the Glock.
Oh my god. The Doc has the Glock. This party's strapped up.
It's just it's my character is
also has a gun. That
Yeah.
wasn't an illusion the first time.
Oh yeah, no. But no, Genevieve is quite literally that meme where it's the doctor cocking a handgun going, I have the power to heal, but
let's see. Marquis has a gun. Genevieve has a gun. Jean has a gun. I think
I
Doku...
have a gun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jean, you have a gun. Like a
Why
majority
would
of
you
this
have a
party...
gun if it's an option?
Yeah. The only person who doesn't have a gun is me.
Actually, no. I think that Rowan doesn't have a gun. And
I don't have
also...
a gun.
Rome
but
was
okay.
Rome was alarmed when we
being
had guns.
By
Yeah.
being a living flamethrower as well.
Yeah, you get to be the living flamethrower. Doku does have his needles. I don't know if he has a gun, but I wouldn't be surprised. And Primrose
He doesn't
has...
have a gun. You can't coat
Guys.
bullets with poison.
That's true.
The kid has a gun. You fools! We all have guns!
So this
I am gonna
should
be
be
right back.
renamed
I
Gun Assist.
think I'm being
No.
Okay, all good. Gun assist. I can't wait to have a shootout in like a saloon. But anyways, okay. Everybody assumably after they go pick Doku back up.
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom.
You head on over to the Rising Sun. That's what it
I
was
was
called.
mistaken.
Okay, you were not being called. You head over to the Rising Sun. It is the largest building in the 7th District, and it is subsequently a pretty high-class business hotel. It's where most people end up going to stay when they're going in for Irisian business trips and whatnot.
What time is it?
At this point, it's probably about midday. I would say you guys probably pull up around like noon, 12:30. I almost said noon 30.
Noon 30.
About noon 30.
Yeah, just about a baker's noon.
Yeah, I suppose the name is. Yeah, I suppose it's accurate. Yeah.
As you kind of pull up to the circle drive of this very imposing, very tall building, the valets kind of look at the van, and they kind of they give you a little nudge, like finger guns, like, hey, do you want us to take your ride, or do you want to park it yourself? They're just kind of like, hey, you want to give us money?
Middlemen are a cancer on society, and I will drive off.
I mean, I'm not gonna Cal's not gonna openly disagree with that, but
they weren't made of metal. They were just
no, middlemen.
Middlemen.
Oh.
I heard middlemen.
Oh.
It's like, wow.
Wow.
I am not discriminating against Warforged, though. If they didn't want to,
we were.
No.
Doc, listen, I know you're from a different age, but times have changed.
My view of what
Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. My view of what makes my view of what constitutes a real person is a very slim angle. Anyway, but yes, no.
I understand the doctor's from a different time, but she can't keep talking about Warforged as if they aren't people.
They're not. Anyway, so yes, she said middlemen are more like Warforged. Middlemen are a cancer on society.
That makes sense, and we all agree. So you go and park yourself, and there is actually it takes a little bit to find parking, but I'm not going to play the parking mini game where you got to fight for spaces.
Rowan just goes out and just beats the shit out of grandma.
You gotta fight like a Karen trying to take the spot from you.
Yeah, you're about to get one spot, and then a hybrid car comes up and quickly steals your spot. But then it's okay. Another 15 minutes and some yelling, you find your place. But you do end up making it inside after you park. Presumably, you're all going inside, yeah?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
After slashing that guy's tires.
Good. I'll be right back.
If I see Doku slashing some guy's tires, I'm gonna give him a thumbs up.
Great influence.
Some guy's tire. I'm gonna make a heckin' mineral illusion of paper, a newspaper, and just keep walking.
Good.
Out of pure curiosity, is there a Greiger stamp on this car?
Yes.
What's a Greiger?
A noble.
Oh.
That's okay.
And I'm gonna shout out to Doku. Don't forget the kid.
Don't forget the kid.
And then he brings out his darts and just claws it like Wolverine.
Oh my god! After your active vandalism. 10 minutes. Oh.
Vandalism.
Vandalism, I see. Van superiority, alright.
Van's cute.
Tow them away. Anyways, you make your way into the rather illustrious hotel. This place is adorned with very nice marble tiles, and there's some red embellishments and curtains hanging down from the ceiling. I mean, it looks incredibly expensive. Definitely something that
Oh.
none of you combined could afford.
Oh,
You have
yes,
a guy
let's get to
walking
the
in here
hotel, go
fucking
find
flip
Jesus.
flops and khakis.
As you get yourself on up, there's an orc woman, a half orc woman, standing there. She looks very tired. She has very long hair, and just kind of looks up from her little tablet and go, "Can I help you?"
Yes, we have a meeting, I believe.
A meeting with.
Yes.
That doesn't narrow it down, sweetie.
Alistair.
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't know who that is.
Oh, sorry.
I do know who
Alistair.
that
Is it Mr. King waiting for us?
The first night?
Okay, yeah, sure. You're not the first person to try and walk in here and do that, but sure, I'll give him a call. And she just kind of very sleepily drags
She
herself
does
away.
that. I just fucking pull out my phone and I start scrolling through it, just like waiting.
Yeah, no. She dials in the number and goes, "Hi, hello, sir. Oh, okay, bye." And then she turns and goes, "Yeah, I guess he was waiting for you. I didn't even get to ask. He just knew. Go on up."
Oh, thank you very much, sweetheart. Yeah. Gonna.
Just kind of hands you a single key card and says, "Don't lose it. We don't there's a charge for losing them."
Understood. Genevieve bears no ill will against this person. She probably deals with a bunch of yups come here trying to find Mr. King. Or Alsar, I should say. Trying to badger the celebrity. So, And minor inconvenience at most. So anyway, yeah, gonna go to the elevator.
And I'm going to very quickly use prestidigitation again, create a very small, trinket of a rose and go, "Thank you." And keep walking.
Very sweet.
Hey, man, they work hard for this, and that's going to last for an hour, so let's get going.
Yeah, that's true. All right. You, all pile into the elevator, and, the tired half-orc woman just kind of waves you very cheerfully as you go up. Definitely forcing it, but, trying her best. She, kind of just, like, taps on there, as the elevator opens. And as you all enter and the doors close, the top floor actually lights up. Basically meaning, you can actually hit this button and it just starts going up automatically. You travel up 10, 20, 30, eventually 40 until you're at the top floor. And once you hit the very top, the ding is very familiar, and you step out into a small hallway. In that hallway, there's just a door right at the end of it.
Caldan will just mutter under his breath, and now imagine if we could teleport up here. That'd be so much quicker.
Rich bastard has his own floor. What?
This is what happens when you are a pillar knight. No, this is what happens when you are a pillar knight and you are venerated by the entire city.
I was given similar accommodations, except in my case, it was a house.
He can totally afford me a new bike. Then I'm gonna sue the bastard if he doesn't.
Well,
I really would ask that you not do that. He already deals with enough as it is. The man is under constant stress.
Yes, and I'm under constant stress. Even more stress now that I don't have my bike to get around. I'm a firefighter.
Well, we have Genevieve's van. We have a vehicle.
I'm just gonna look at Callan and I'm just gonna see. I wish
he's giving you he's giving you like a slight shit-eating grin.
I don't understand. What's
is there a window? Joke.
The joke is that the city of Iris is not big enough to walk. It is the size of a small country. Walk.
Wow. Sarcasm.
Nevertheless,
yes.
Heading over towards the door, you realize it's actually ajar. It hasn't been shut all the way. And just before, who's the first one in? Out of curiosity.
I assume either me or the doctor.
Genevieve will walk on in.
I was gonna make a joke about the door being ajar, but it was too low hanging fruit.
I thought of that one too.
Yeah, I did too.
Of course you did. Anyways, before you get in, you hear something just scratching. It's something sounds ravenous almost. It sounds like there's something in there. It doesn't even sound human, frankly. It's like cluttering around, and it sounds like it's making a mess of the place.
Hearing that, I'm gonna put my hand on my gun.
You first ask
I'm
questions
gonna
later.
put my
I like
hands on
that.
my head.
Wait,
Oh, go ahead.
Why are you strapped up?
Just calm down. This is where he lives. We don't know if anything's going on. Let's not be too brash.
Let's take our time.
Killer Knight's very, very peace-like, isn't he?
I will not comment on that.
Are we going in?
So, yeah, no.
Let's go.
Genevieve is just, after hesitating for a moment, will continue, push the door open, and look inside.
And you see a faint light coming from when you peek in. You can see how this whole penthouse is set up. There's a bit of a hallway, and to the left appears to be a big closet. Down the way, it seems to be a big sitting area. There's a TV, and off to the left, which you can't see, there's a dim light just emanating from that area. It's very faint. The lights don't appear to be on, but the windows surrounding all sides kind of help with that. Albeit the blinds are good down right now and covering most of it. Something seems to be rustling around the corner, and again, you can't really see it, but you can definitely hear it.
Kyle's going
Can I
whisper to the others, do we say anything?
Should we
I
call out?
do like the knock on the door as it goes, like, hello? Find the intrusion.
Do you think he's getting eaten?
I doubt it. Alsar's a little tougher than that.
He can protect himself, I assume.
So then why don't we just walk in?
Alsar? Sir?
Still silence.
Alright, cool. Then let's just invite ourselves in.
Let's
walk
do
in.
it.
Is there anything recognizable? Can I recognize the sound that's being made as belonging to any person or anything?
It sounds like a combination of glass and metal clanging together. It almost sounds like, the best way I can put it is when bottles clang together.
Genevieve shakes her head and goes, I'm gonna be very upset if the Roomba ran into a pile of bottles or something.
Out of curiosity, from where we are, can we see the kitchen?
Not from where you are. You can definitely see the living room, but you cannot see the kitchen or anything else like the bedroom entrances.
Great. I'm going to start looking for the kitchen.
Well, immediately as you take a step in and you look around, the kitchen's immediately on your left. And you realize that the door is wide open to the refrigerator, and the clanging is seemingly coming from within the fridge.
So the door of the fridge is open and the clanging is inside the fridge?
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright.
Did he lock himself inside the fridge and forget that it's open?
I'm going to walk into the kitchen.
Doku,
I'm going to walk into the kitchen. I'm going to look at the fridge. What am I seeing?
Yeah, the moment you get in there, there appears to be what appears to be a decently sized, fluffy black cat. Just looks at you and goes, meow, as it begins to continue to eat at the half-opened bag of cheese that was left sitting out. And it has just torn it to shreds and has been chowing down.
I'm going through his pantry.
Alsar must have left it open when he rushed off to go deal with whatever was in the city. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm going to shut the fridge.
Do you take the cat out?
Debating.
I
But
take
yeah.
the cat out. See, I take the cat out.
Okay, you take the cat, and then Genevieve will shut the fridge.
I'm debating it. Yeah, no. Afterwards, after the fridge is closed and the cat is now grabbed, albeit unhappy, but still chewing cheese, you hear the sound of running water coming from what you can assume to be the bathroom.
Do you leave
I'm going to put the cat down and go back to looting his kitchen.
Do you leave the sink running as well?
No, not the sink. It's coming from it is coming from the bathroom. So
he's probably taking a shower.
Well, why did he start taking a shower after he let us in?
Because Alzar is a strange individual.
Yes, indeed.
A weirdo.
Rowan's just gonna
There's
go.
probably a reason.
Rowan's just gonna go chill by the fireplace.
Maybe not. Is there a fireplace?
There is a fireplace.
I'm gonna look at Marky and say, maybe we shouldn't just start rummaging around other people's kitchens and taking things.
It's too late. My hands are forcing the power of the moon and stars, and I open up a cabinet.
Marky, you should stop.
They're pretty bare bones, admittedly. When you open the cabinet, you see like some tips and cereal and some basically just junk food. Nothing too much. Nothing too grandiose in here.
Yeah, well, I take a bag of his chips and then close the cabinet.
Primus is going to see this and look extremely surprised by the fact that it's all just junk food.
Marquis.
Exactly. You see, I'm helping him eat I eat a chip healthy diet.
That's not
Marquis.
Permission.
Marquis, we bought a bunch of chips at the gas station. Did you have to take that?
It's far more entertaining and tastes better when someone else pays for it.
I paid for those chips. What are you talking about?
I offer the bag towards the doctor.
She's going to look at the bag of chips and goes, I disagree with this on principle, and then we'll dip her hand in the bag.
There we go.
You two, stop this. That's not
I point the bag towards Primrose. Hmm?
No.
You know you want to. Chips
Those
from
are
a pillar
unhealthy,
night.
and they're also
Chips
being
from
consumed
a
non-consensually by the person who...
I'll take some chips.
There you go.
No, not
there
another person. Stop.
Hey, tell me. I point to Deco. Yeah. The frog boy.
Doku.
The brain stutter. Huh? Chip?
Doku's looking at some random direction. He's just staring at it. Without averting his gaze because he found a hidden camera. He reaches into the chip bag, eats from it, and then his pupils just widen.
All right, that's four people.
I like the idea that it's like Doku's across the room, just staring into this camera, and then Marquis is just tossing chips at him that he just nabs out of the air.
His first taste of carbs.
That's true. That is his first taste of carbs. But also, I don't think the rest of you should eat those chips because Doku poisons anything he touches. So now those are poisoned chips.
No, I was tossing them to the poisonous frog boy.
You were tossing them. Okay, I was going to say, please don't let him touch.
He's a poisonous frog boy. I am not letting him touch things.
You're all gonna die. 10 seconds in, Alstar's gonna get out of the shower and come out to 5 dead bodies.
I'll be fine, probably.
All right, Primrose. Everyone else except for actually, you know what? Huh? Anyone? Chips? Rolling this now.
Okay.
I'm holding the bag of chips to the non-poisonous people in the room.
As Genevieve is still chewing on that chip, she's going to start heading towards the bathroom.
Yeah.
I will gesture to take the bag into my hands.
If I give this to you, why do you want to take them away?
I want to try them. I've never had chips before.
All right. I'm going to trust you.
My mother only gave me unsweetened rice cakes and, unsalted peanut butter.
Well, I've only ever eaten healthy my entire life. It's what I'm used to. I want to try them.
I give you the bag. This is my sign of trust for you.
Just as you hand over the bag, the
And I
bathroom
take a
doors.
large step away.
Yeah, the bathroom door swings open, and Also walks out with a towel wrapped around his neck, and he's wearing some
His
PillarCon
neck?
20. Yeah, he's got it wrapped, not like choking himself. He's just got it like draped over his shoulders, and
Like a jock.
yeah, like a jock. And he's wearing his PillarCon 22 pajama pants with
Oh
the
man, there's a
logo
vintage.
plastered all over. Yeah, they're vintage. Um, he's an avid collector. He then looks over and goes, "What the hell is go?"
I take the chips and put them back.
Primrose, are you
I-
eating my chips?
I take the chips and put them back in the cupboard. I
Come
was
on.
trying to prevent them from stealing.
Primrose, I am disappointed in you.
I was doing the right thing. I was trying to prevent them from stealing your chips, sir. And she's just gonna salute like a soldier.
My munchos. I have to go all the way to the 4th district to get those.
I didn't take them. They were
Shame
taken,
on
and I was
you,
trying to keep them from
Primrose.
stealing.
Genevieve is just going to shove her hands in her pockets and goes like, "Leave it to you, Alisar, to be a, what do you call it? To be a particularly selective about your junk food."
I like to mention, by the way, the doctor shoved her hands that have the dust of the cheese into her pockets.
She only took one chip.
Is the
Is
cat
Doku
just
just gonna-
still nomming on some cheese in the
Yeah,
fucking...
no, the cat is.
And oh, sorry, you left your fridge open. Your cat got out the cheese.
Yeah, no, that's why I had to take a shower. The fucking little asshole dive bombed me while I was trying to get a handful of shredded cheese, and of course, melted it.
Quick question.
I'm sorry, you need a maid who will cook for you.
How many pounds does the cat weigh?
Cat's a little chunky, not gonna lie.
How many would you say roughly, though?
I would probably say this is like a 20-pound cat.
My God.
Yeah, he's a little chunky.
So
a little.
So you're gonna hear Rowan say, "Hey, I got it," and I'm gonna use my telekinesis to yeet the cat over to me.
Yeah, Shawty, you heard that right. A handful of cheese. I'm sorry, you need a caretaker.
I take care of myself just
No,
fine.
you don't.
Yeah, I totally do.
You do not. You eat handfuls of shredded cheese, and you are a picky culinarian about what junk food you eat. You do not take care of yourself.
I mean, I'm still alive, and on top of that, Cheddar makes for a great roommate, isn't that right, Cheddar? Who's being floated over right now to
No, okay, so I'm gonna
Rowan.
say this. So what Rowan's doing is that he's actually levitating the bag of cheese, and the cat's just like attached to it, and he's just gonna like telekinetically like bring it towards.
I think we're entered into another person's home, and we have one person stealing chips, and another person stealing a cat.
I didn't steal them. Listen, he's the first Pillar Knight. He's a very intelligent individual. I'm sure there's a good reason why he's eating junk food, right?
Lazy.
No, I'm not stealing the cat. I just like fluffy things, and he's gonna say that as he takes a hold of the cat.
Outside that whole time is kind of like, you might not want to mess with him too much. Cheddar's a little, and can you make me a dex save?
Okay. Oh fuck, I'm shit at that stat.
Yeah, no,
A 2.
God, no.
Whoa.
Just gotta do something real quick.
Excuse me real quick, guys. See how many dice it does when the cat explodes.
Please don't
Exploding
explode the
kittens.
cat, Matt. Please don't.
Little did we know that cheese
it
and
might explode, just not in the manner that you think it's going to explode.
Oh no.
Cats and dairy do not necessarily mix well, you see.
Yeah. Cheese and cats is like rice and birds.
That's very true. Subsequently, as you're kind of like floating the cat in the air, it's like, and it casts burning hands. It deals 14 fire damage to you.
The cat casts burning hands.
Yes, it did. Also, it was just kind of like, I told you,
You
Cheddar.
You know, he did mention something about melting cheese.
Yeah, you weren't joking about that, clearly.
So I'm
Okay.
resistant to fire. So
Good,
it's
thank God. You took 7 fire damage.
You're
Yes.
resistant to
No,
fire, and you
okay,
also had
so
7 temporary hit points, so basically
Oh yeah,
all
so
your
you took no damage.
No, at this Genevieve is actually going to be Genevieve is actually going to be incensed. Like, did you teach the cat to cast fire magic?
Okay, now I can explain.
Rowan's
Dude,
gonna like, I love him, and he's gonna hug the cat some more.
Cal,
Yeah.
Cal's been kind of quiet for some of this, but he's just going to blurt out, "Why is your cat burning things?"
I can explain. All right, I have a tendency. There were some experiments that I found a little on the loose, and those experiments happen to make more experiments, and so I tried to save them when I can. I got a few of them in here, but yeah, cheddar is how you say, um, has a very fiery temper and therefore is addicted to cheese. But thankfully, as I was going to say, it doesn't really matter what I eat because frankly, the whole pillar night thing, it kind of keeps my metabolism crazy high. So I'm pretty good.
Rowan's currently giving the cat next.
Yeah, Genevieve will go up to Alsar. Is going to just gently straighten his hair out a little bit, straighten the towel a little bit, put one hand around his chin, and says, "It doesn't matter what we did to you, or what happened to your body, and how impervious it may have made you. You're still human, and you still need to take care of yourself. You deserve to be taken care of. Stop neglecting yourself. If you don't stop, I will hire someone to come up here and take care of you. Because if you act like a child, you'll be taken care of like a child."
Yes, ma'am.
And then
Good.
Doku's gonna pipe
And
up.
she's
She's
just
not kidding.
she's gonna pat she's just gonna pat him once on the cheek and say, "Good man."
Anyways, can
Cal
you
will speak up
please?
and say, "Pro tip: get lots of fiber."
I don't really need it, but regardless, I'm glad you all are alive.
I can say the same.
Respect it. Yeah, well, I'm fine, even with the bomb that went off. I'm fine. Uh, yeah. Fun fact: it got a lot worse when y'all left, so I figured y'all died, which would have sucked, but we're fine. And he's just kind of gonna saunter past everyone and kind of glance out the window, overlooking the balcony and overlooking the seventh district,
And
and
jump.
also from here, yeah,
Don't
you
jump.
can see the eighth district. He kind of glances around and goes, "By the way, just a heads up, I would refrain from talking too much out on the balcony. It's one of the few places that I haven't really warded up yet, but this has been a little bit of a project of mine for some time. So, if you don't mind." And then he's gonna kind of lean over and flick his finger, and as he does it, closes the door. That I realize nobody closed.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of turns around and goes, "Well, no time to be all serious. Y'all got some explaining to do. Where did you go?" As he kind of
what do you
plops down
mean?
on the
We didn't
couch.
go anywhere.
We
We were in the hospital all along.
Marquis is correct. Spatially we didn't go anywhere.
That's kind of correct.
Technically correct, yes. Spatially we didn't go anywhere. Temporally, we went about 10, 15 years back to when the original night program was being kicked off in that very hospital. And we were there.
Oh yes, it was very gross.
I got to see the children again.
Yeah, Alcer's not going to really say anything about that. He's just kind of going to look down and just, yeah, I figured.
Did you happen to see the dancing girl that night?
Dancing what?
There was a young tiefling girl draped in a leafy garb.
Tiefling girl.
She was one of the
No.
10 we tried to smuggle out of the city.
No, I remember. But
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So like in the background we have, are there actual like pictures?
Yeah, there are a few pictures up.
Yeah.
They are a bit singed.
Genevieve, for her part, is going to slowly lower herself onto the couch.
Because
I'm gonna go sit on the countertop. Pick
sit
up
at
my
the
legs.
I'll
did
just sit politely
Rowan
at the
see
table.
did Rowan see the tiefling girl?
You see a young tiefling girl,
No,
probably no
did
older
he?
than
The dancing
all
one.
of you. All of you saw the tiefling girl. Like you're talking about the one in the picture.
Does the one in the picture look similar to the one we saw that night?
I mean, that's a little harder to tell because this girl is probably no older than like 6 or 7 in the
And
pictures.
and the girl in question who like had that big like hypnosis dance party had a mask on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I thought I got a good look at her in the vents because she smiled at me.
Yeah, you probably did, Doku.
you got
Because
jump scared.
you got literally jump scared. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you quite literally got jump scared.
Yeah.
Just a like refresher for me. Did I recognize anything like Grishiki about her, like other than like what she was wearing, or was that about it?
No, 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 no. She didn't seem to be any type of fey creature or a shifter of any kind. She seemed to be a complete tiefling, but on the same token that she was covered head to toe in traditional Grishiki garb.
Okay. Cat will find like a clear spot on another couch and sit on the couch. Not like on the couch, like on the cushions, but like atop it.
Like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Nobody can sit normal in this goddamn household.
And as he does so, he will add, yeah, she was dressed in something that I recognize as being Rashiki in origin, but I don't know if that was. Not sure what that has to do with anything.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know it has something to do with it.
What?
He kind of mumbles, and he grabs a hold of, like, he leans forward. He sits down on he sits down on the couch. He kind of sprawls out for a minute, rubs his eyes, and just kind of leans forward and grabs the TV remote and flips it on. And aside from there, actually, the TV being showing the news or anything, it's showing security cam footage. Clearly, Alsar had been watching it prior to you guys getting here, and he rewinds it just a little bit, and it shows the fires in the city. They're calming down. You can see Alsar very much. It appears as though it's actually one of the um, it's one of the nearby buildings security cameras that he's getting this footage from. You see Alsar flying around here and there. He's putting out the fires with the orb that you all had managed to grab a hold of during the last session. And then very suddenly, he there's a very bright light, and the camera footage shakes. And while it's very hard to see, he switches the camera footage. He clicks around again, and the high priestess has just erupted into flames, and
Oh.
shrapnel everywhere, followed by a very distant but very visceral wailing howl, something in the distance. And that's where the footage ends. Because once again, there's this bright light. Maybe it almost appears like molten lava is tumbling on the streets as the camera footage goes dead. And then Alsar kind of looks at everyone and goes, "Yeah, you missed quite a bit. I would have actually liked a helping hand."
Well, we're sorry. We got caught up in something
I'm
unwillingly.
not even sure how much help we would have been.
Yeah, frankly, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was more of a pain in the ass to get these people out of there. Everybody wanted to stop and look at the fireworks, but frankly, the fireworks were a bomb and a giant tree monster that was on fire.
Giant tree monster, what?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Why I'm.
Is that what that howl was?
Yeah, yeah. He's
What
just
did
kind of
this
gonna
what does
rub
this
his
big
head.
tree monster look like? Yeah,
So,
I asked in character.
yeah, absolutely. Alcer's kind of gonna like not really stand up, but kind of charades it with his hands, just like put his fingers out, and his arms and kind of goes a giant walking tree that was lit on fire.
Yeah, that's not a fire I could have put out. Isn't that right, Cheddar? He says he keeps on petting the cat.
He's bopping you.
Oh,
And
he
then,
loves me. Oh,
That cat ain't right.
and then behind him, Doku, for the first time, averts his gaze from the camera, turns around, just stares at the cat, wanting it to shut up.
As it looks at Doku.
And he hisses back. Yeah, I can do that too.
I think you two would make good friends, actually.
I do not want the cat poisoned, and I do not want the child on fire. Keep them away from each other.
Yeah, neither would be good. Please don't. I just got Cheddar to be a little bit more rehabilitated.
No comment.
Yeah, anyways. It was definitely some kind of Grashiki attack. At least that's what the official reports say. And frankly, from the people that were there weren't many, but they put bombs around the city. They were going for a full-scale assault. I don't know why they planted a bomb in the High Priestess just to pull everybody out and then blow it up.
I think because they're not. We mentioned it the previous session. What was the name of that extremist group from Greshik?
Grove.
Yeah, no. Genevieve will say because they don't want to kill anybody. They're trying to send a message, and they're trying to destroy Iris, not kill Irisian people.
Well, that didn't stop them 10 years ago, if you remember correctly.
Maybe it's a change in leadership. Maybe it's a change in modus operandi. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, well, I don't know. What I do know is that it's pain in my ass, and now I'm getting shit from all sides because my district blew up. So he just kind of runs a hand
The
through
whole
his.
district?
Well, I mean, the whole district obviously didn't blow up. I'm assuming you were all there, but it's not habitable right now. I mean, yeah, we can rebuild, and not every building was burnt down, but that was a calculated attack. They'd been planning that for some time. And whatever they did, they were able to keep the Knights at bay. I didn't even wake up until after the fire started.
Well, where are the refugees then?
Oh, they're scattered. Iris has just kind of either sent them to the Undercity or they've scattered out through the other districts. They're offering refuge in a lot of these hotels. Majority of this hotel is filled with 8th District refugees. But while they get everything going, they're just going to be living kind of on state budget. They don't want to keep everyone. They want to keep people off the street.
It's going to be a bit of an adjustment for most people if they're going to the Undercity.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's gonna do good down there, especially if they're originally from here.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna die.
Doku, I would go over there and maybe hit you on the shoulder, but right now I'm holding this cute little cat. Am I Mr. Cheddar? And he's just gonna continue just on rubbing this poor cat.
This poor cat's gonna light you on fire.
It's okay. I'm resistant. I'll still love him.
Jesus Christ.
Cheddar, after finding out he's being pet by someone that's flame retardant. Fuck.
You know, Cheddar's a little spicy. Please be careful. Anyways, I have more concerns with all of you. Because now, you're roped up into this.
Am I going to have to run from the city now?
If we're roped up in this, can I have a bike then? Again.
Oh, right. Was that yours?
Yes, that was mine.
You're lucky I didn't tow it. Don't park things in the middle of the street.
The audacity.
Primrose is just gonna look away, trying to like stifle laughter.
I want the most expensive TV now, Primrose.
Rowan
I
got
understand. We'll
scolded.
pay you back.
And don't think, by the way, Oh no, I'm sorry. Go, Gene, go.
No, it's okay. What does being found in all this mean?
Well, you were the only people who weren't caught up in this whole little hypnosis attack, and on top of everything, Iris is doing everything in its power to try and cover this up. They are definitely trying to claim that it's a Grashiki attack and war is on the horizon and all this and that. It's a bunch of bullshit. But I digress. This is the only place in the city that I'm just going to let you know that we can really talk about this. I spent months getting this little shelter all fixed up here. Thankfully, my dear friend, the Mr. 7th District Pillar Knight, fancy as he can be, he let me kind of live here. So I spent a good 2-3 months trying to get this place sealed in so the prying eyes of the council wouldn't be able to listen to my conversations, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't know that something was going to happen, but I did everything in my power to stop it. And now, well, the fact that you all were conscious and awake leads me to believe that there's a reason that you're all conscious and awake. For some reason or another, I don't have any idea, but in those 10 days you were gone, I had plenty of time to research all of you. So, half of you shouldn't even be alive, mind you.
You researched us?
Well, yeah, I've got contacts where I play cards close to my chest. I'm not stupid. You know,
I look
frankly,
very anxious.
yeah.
He knows about us, doesn't he, Cheddar? Doesn't he, Cheddar? Yeah, he does.
So, then tell us. I am rather curious. What all have you learned?
Well,
Yeah.
he just kind of points around the room and goes, Dr. Genevieve Valentina.
Mm-hmm.
I already know about her. That wasn't hard. That was literally just like a gaggle search. That didn't take much time.
Mm.
Yeah. Then he points over to Cal and goes, "You're a refugee. You came in from Greshik. Your family. You keep your little family shop pretty low key. You really shouldn't have gotten wrapped up in all this." And then he kind of points over to Marquis and goes, "MIA," and that's all he says. And then he points over to Primrose and goes, "KIA." Then he points over to Rowan and goes, "I'm pretty sure you're an illegal immigrant." And then, but your parents, KIA. Then he points over to Doku and goes, "Pretty sure you're also an illegal immigrant, but also, I don't really know. I think you're supposed to be dead." Then points over to Jean and goes, "And frankly, you are dead. But,
As it should stay that way, shouldn't it?
well, frankly, I don't actually know how you're alive. The others, I can get it. You know, Iris doesn't always check and cross its T's and dot its I's, but you, you're actually dead. I even watched the footage. They shot you dead. So I don't know
Gene,
how you're here."
Genevieve is going to quirk an eyebrow and say, please provide some context for this.
That's Alsar to Gene.
You know, like Genevieve is just like,
Well,
how are you supposed to be dead?
I'd rather not. It's something I don't really talk about.
And since it seems like you've taken the pleasure of looking into our lives, I go back to the bag. The cabinet that has the bag to it. I believe it's only rightfully fair that I take myself into these. And I will begin eating his chips.
Oh, well then.
Uh,
Yeah, that's fair.
Doug is gonna walk over to Marquis and go, "Can I have some of those Wonder Crusts? I want some."
I take a small handful and deliver it into your hands.
Thank you.
I didn't take anything. It was them all along.
Oh yeah, no, it was totally me. I say like a deadpan looking at Alistair.
I mean, I already knew it was just fun to poke fun at the Primrose.
Exactly.
The Primrose.
Mm-hmm.
Primrose.
Why would you do this to me?
Oh, it's funny, that's why.
Yeah, don't be such a stick in
I
the mud.
see. I see. I'm not.
Rowan's not gonna fucking say to Cheddar, Mr. Hobo Man doesn't care about our privacy, doesn't he, Cheddar?
Oh, and those who live in glass houses should not throw stones.
That's very true. And he kind of motions to the windows, pairing up almost half of this room, and goes, "Yeah, fun fact about that. They're always watching. Anyways, this is probably the only dead zone in the damn city. So,
Now, you've mentioned them a few times. Who exactly are we dreading here?
Circus kind of leans over and points in the distance to a large tower. And the citizens of Iris who would know about this, every district has a pillar, and thus a pillar knight. A pillar is where the council member lives. One of the 10 Irisian council, who are considered the founders of this city, live up top, is what it's presumed. And thus the pillar knights are their champions and championed to protect their pillar.
Hmm.
And the surrounding district by proxy. But he kind of leans over and goes, "They can hear everything. They have heard everything. Frankly, nothing in this city happens without their knowledge, and it reaches out farther than even I thought. In fact, we're even aware of stuff all the way out in, oh God, I wanted to say Halfter, but frankly, after looking into everything, I'd say they even have eyes and ears in Valspar."
Hmm.
Yeah, that may explain a few things.
Nat, do I, as Primrose, know about this surveillance?
I mean, you would have assumed the night program is pretty much like, the reason why the city is called the City of Iris is because the council members are watching constantly. It has a protective eye
Yeah.
over its people.
Okay.
But I digress. I'm going to be honest. I need your help because I can't do it on my own.
Oh, wow, a bunch of help from people who should be missing or dead.
Yeah, it works out really well, actually, because
I know. It's funny how that works out occasionally, doesn't it?
I will say, after everything that happened to me, I don't know about you guys, but it is nice to have people who understand.
There is just like a small look from Marquis, like, really? Before going back to.
Oh, God.
Speaking of understanding, I did promise I'd have a look at that suit for you eventually.
Whenever you're ready.
Regardless, I don't know what happened that night. I have no idea. I don't know how they got past the city. I don't know how they even got up here to begin with. But most of all, I'm curious about this tiefling girl. And he kind of just glances down at that and goes, "Yeah, I have my suspicions, but I need them to be confirmed before I actually make a decision."
Well, what are your suspicions then?
My suspicions is that someone inside the city let these people up here. That it was an inside job.
Given how hefty the surveillance in the city is, I would believe that.
Considering how corrupt the city is, I believe that.
They
I
wouldn't need
mean,
to enter if they were already here.
Considering how shit done the city is, I believe that.
Considering, I'd believe that.
I also believe that.
I am in a room
Considering.
I am in a room full of parakeets.
whenever he says that, I cast Minor Illusion to basically say what the doctor said in her own voice.
I'm gonna pull out the kind of March breeze and spray Marquis with it.
Minor Illusion say I'm in a room full of parakeets again. Parakeets don't repeat the last thing they heard, it's just in general.
Squinting at Marquis.
Well, regardless, should we do some sort of investigation? Perhaps go back there? Although it is closed off.
I doubt we found much of anything of note there.
Well, the issue is that they didn't even let me investigate my own damn district.
Oh
I
yes,
was
that
just
would
kinda
actually
gonna-
be.
Aren't you the highest authority in the district?
Yeah.
So who was stopping you?
the other Pillar Knights. They told me I was being reassigned after the attack.
Reassigned away from your own district?
Indeed. I don't know what that means.
Isn't that
That means that
rather counterproductive and inefficient?
well, it sounds to me like Iris is going through some restructuring and it's not going to be good.
Exactly my point. So when I was told that I wasn't allowed in the city and that my connection to the Pillar was cut now, well, for lack of a better term, something's up. I don't know what's up, but I know that district like the back of my hand. I've got people that can get you in, but I'm under constant surveillance. This is the only place in the city where I can't be watched. I can't do anything.
And it
Since
definitely sounds like they don't want you poking your nose in your own district for some strange reason, though.
exactly my point. I don't know what it is. If the city's trying to start a war, then they're going to do it like this, but there's nothing I can do right now. If they see me poking my face in there, every guard in the entire district, every Pillar Knight in the entire city is going to come after me. And frankly, I don't want to have to deal with all that.
Speaking of Pillar Knights in the entire city, should I be walking around incognito since I'm a Pillar Knight and I'm supposed to be dead?
Well, you're not a Pillar Knight, you're a knight, but
Or sorry, that's what I meant.
I know it's okay. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, Alcer's kind of gonna look at you and go, frankly, in that suit, you're just a walking target, but not for the knights. They don't know anything about that.
Damn it.
If I'm being honest, most of you are just walking targets. Genevieve,
What do you mean?
no, Genevieve, you're pretty much the only one who isn't a walking target. You and Cal, you guys are fine. But
How have
again,
you know? No one should know I'm
Well,
even in the city.
wait, what was that? I didn't hear that, Marquis.
I said, as far as yeah, like you said, no one should know I'm even in the city. I should be
Yeah.
fine.
Well, you're absolutely correct. But now that you're wrapped up into this, I know, and I need help. So let's make it a. I don't want to have to be that guy, but
Oh, I'd
Are you
greatly
blackmailing us
appreciate if
right
you
now?
kept my knowledge that I was in the city out of everything.
absolutely. But frankly, he kind of sits up and he goes, I needed people for a while, and my contacts are very thin at this point. I've only got a handful of them left, especially since everything. And now with this talk of these kids and everything coming back, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me, and there's not much I can do. And aside from waging a one-man war against the city of Iris, which, frankly, even for me, is a death trap, I know I need assistance in a place that I'm going to be able to get it from that they won't expect. And again, considering, as he points around and goes, doctor, shopkeep, dead, 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 missing, dead. I could
Well,
use that.
Hmm.
this works out then.
I would ask one thing. If we're going to be cooperating on this, assuming that however many of us agree to this. Under that hospital, assuming we can get back in, as they seem to have very tightly locked that district down, there's a key card we're going to need to find eventually. That, or we're going to have to fabricate it ourselves somehow.
You're not going to be able to fabricate that.
Yeah, I
He's
didn't
kinda-
think so.
He just kind of scratches his head. But if you're talking about the clearance to get down there, even I don't have that.
No.
That is a missing spot.
Mm-hmm.
I should say it doesn't exist. It's a black site.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just kind of gonna run his hand on his head and go, but that's actually what I need you all to figure out and investigate. I need you to make sure that these kids are dead. As horrible as it is, I need you to make sure that all these experiments were actually stamped out. And the only place I would know that would have any of that information, it would be down there.
And that's why I want to get down there. That place, no matter what, seems to be where all the answers are stored. And so, we need to find somebody that had access equivalent to, well, either Dr. Worf If we can find his old key card and if the permissions haven't been discontinued. Or who was the unstoppably cheerful man we met down there in the basement?
Oh, the one who was showing off the experiments?
Yes.
Director Locke? Yeah, no. Dr. Worf shot him in the mouth.
Right. If we can get something akin to Director Locke's, what do you call it? Access permissions, we may be able to get down there. But we need to find a key card from one of two dead men that would give access to a black site. But if we get in there,
we could always break into the family who was backing it all.
they didn't have the permissions. They had to be guided down.
Well,
I sort of shrug at that.
yeah, that's a fair point. And frankly, as he kind of looks over at Marquis and goes, if we're trying to get you back, if we're trying to get someone in with nobility, well then, that'll be an interesting turn for everybody here. But
Spoke about dead sites. Hell, this room's a dead site.
this room is considered what I would call a dead zone. I spent months channeling as much magic in every.
Do you think that there's any more around this city that we don't know of yet?
If someone else has made one, then I don't know anything about it because even I can't feel my.
What I'm asking is, do you think that laboratory down there is a dead site?
If someone wanted it to be, then it was.
Because if it's a dead site, I may be a fireman, but burning down buildings was also a fun pastime of mine. Maybe we could blast a hole through that door and try to get into that in there. Well, that requires it being a dead site.
Well,
I was about to say, you burning down buildings seems rather counterintuitive, but then I remembered fireman, so no, it all checks out.
the issue, Rowan, the issue with that is we can blast a hole through that door, but then we have to get down the elevator, which requires the key card.
Well, blast a hole through that through the elevator door.
That is quite a drop.
You guys were on that. Yeah, just a quick reminder. I think you guys descended for a good 5 minutes.
Yep.
Actually,
We could probably fashion a pulley rope.
Well, actually, with that in mind, does that mean could that laboratory also be connected to the Undercity in a way?
Potentially. Remember, Iris is high in the sky. It's basically a mountain turned upside down for flatland.
Would
I
we
have an
necessarily
idea.
need the key card if we hack into it?
If you think you're going to try and hack into that old technology.
If we could get someone who is familiar with the old technology, someone who's sufficiently skilled with it, possibly.
I have an idea.
I have the permissions, I have the code, I just simply do not have the card.
Yes, Rowan, your idea.
So it took us about 5 minutes down, so that means it could be in the Undercity. What if we find the potential location in the Undercity? We could just go scout out what the underneath part of this hospital if it leads down to the Undercity. We just have to go down there and look around.
Here's one thing I will say. The Undercity is actually under the city of Iris. Like it's like the crater that Iris left is where the Undercity built. If they had an elevator down, there would just be a metal shaft leading down to the city. So it wouldn't be in the Undercity. But that's kind of when Alcir was going to kind of look around and go, no, it wouldn't be in the Undercity. But
would it be attached to the bottom of the plate?
Could be. It really could be. What I do know.
Primrose fell from that a long time ago.
Yeah, Primrose did fall from that a long time ago.
Yes, it broke my TV.
Impressive fall, by the way. 7 out of 10. I found the footage.
Listen, the suit makes me heavier. Okay, it's not because of anything I eat. I didn't mean to.
Is that why you're avoiding the junk food?
Primrose, I don't believe anyone's talking about your weight. Do you want to talk about it?
Primrose starts getting red in the face and then reconstructs her helmet to hide her face.
I point the bag of chips towards her. Would you like to talk about it?
I've never had anything unhealthy. I don't need it.
Calden's just gonna speak up and looking to looking to
Alsar?
Guy, you just said your name before, but I forgot it just now because ugh.
Which one?
He's going to turn to Pepe's character and he's gonna
Rowan.
say, "You and your tea."
You and
Uh,
your
what did he say?
You and your TV.
You and your TV.
What? I hold a grudge.
Well, listen, there's a bunch of
And
different ways you can find
it's
your
a
way to get down.
TV.
It is a TV.
A TV that it also costed me a lot of money.
What I can say is very simple. I can't really offer you money. They've pretty much cut my money. I mean, they haven't cut all of it, but I mean, don't get me wrong, I can afford this place, but I'm not getting any income while they're investigating everything that happened, and I doubt that investigation's actually going to be over anytime soon. What I can say is that if you want to try and get down to that lab, I've been aware of it for a while, but even I haven't been able to get down there. But he'll kind of we'll pick up the remote again. And he'll kind of point it up towards the ceiling and click on it real quick, and a little projection comes down. And it projects basically a hologram of the city of Iris itself. And on there, it starts to kind of build up a few X'd off locations, and he begins to explain. And goes, listen, I've got a few different ideas of what you could maybe find a way to get in. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. Hell, if you want to go and hack into it and you want to try your luck, or you want to blow a hole in it and drop all the way down, you go for it. I don't care how you get down there. But I need to know if any of them survived. I just need to know. So here I've got marked out some locations that some of my scouts were able to pinpoint. It's Dr. Worf's old house, and we've got Dr. Locke's his old laboratory, even some professors' old rooms back at the university in the 4th district. I don't know where you can go from this, but even I'm stumped, but I can't do it myself. They're going to be looking at me. So if you don't help, that's fine. You can go live your lives, wait for this next war to come up, because if I'm being honest, I think they're trying to start another one. And it's not going to be pretty.
Well, quite frankly, I would
Well-
rather avoid that as much as possible.
War is nasty, but what happens if we get found out?
The same thing would happen if you weren't working with me.
Just simply say we aren't working for them, fight our way out, we become criminals. Most of us are dead anyway, it's not going to go on a permanent record.
That's true.
Well, oh, sorry, I respect you anyways, so I'd help anyways.
Man, I'm not that great.
But
I'm
you're
gonna
candy.
kinda
No, he is honestly quite right. He's honestly not that great.
Yeah, he gets it.
I mean, I point to the bag of chips as I'm eating them. You see what he eats.
There's probably a good reason.
They're
He
good.
There
gave the reason.
isn't.
No, Primrose, there's a perfectly good reason. He's lazy.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, no, Primrose, there was a perfectly good reason. These are, you see, I hold the bag of chips towards her. Secret training items. It helps with dietary restrictions and things like that.
Well, I mean, since we're knights, it's good to push the limits of our bodies to see if they really work as intended.
Exactly.
And it seems they do, so that's.
And you
that's
should
good.
have a chip if it's good enough for the Pillar Knight to use as a dietary.
Marquis.
We have a very
Primrose, I'll
pestilence.
buy you several healthy
I
vitamins.
just whenever you say that, it is just the goofy grin, like, oh, he found me out.
Can we just help Alzar?
If you want some time to think it over, take your time. But what I will offer at the very least, as he kind of and stands up from the couch, he kind of looks over at you and goes, if you want to help, you can. If you don't, it's fine. But if you help, you can stay here. I can only guarantee that this is probably one of the safest places you'll find in the city. And frankly, anywhere. But if not, go do your own thing. Get to the bottom of this somehow. But like I said, I don't know how far I'll be able to get alone. And that's pretty much where I've been ever since everything kind of, oh well, fell apart.
Well, I see no problem with doing it.
After seeing what I saw in that hospital, I'm personally pretty invested in working with you all further.
But I have a question. What if we do find out that the child has survived? Where are we going? Where are we going from there? Because I'll say this also: killing a kid is out of my pay grade,
It's not out of mine.
and I'm gonna despite the fucking poisoning I'll receive, I'm just gonna I'm gonna slap him on the shoulder.
What? It's just killing my peers in age. They're probably older than me.
Everybody's older than you, Doku.
Doku.
Yeah. Personally, I'd just like to speak to her.
Yeah, I would too. He just kind of waits for a minute and goes, I'm not going to kill these kids, all right? If anyone survived, especially her, I just need to know. And he'll just kind of glance around and go, you can all decide amongst yourselves.
Can I...
Like I said, yes or no, you can all stay here for the night. But I need to know by the morning. And just, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Before I make the decision, I only have one question.
Mm-hmm.
What actually happened that night when you hunted down Dr. Worf and the kids?
He reaches into he kind of walks a little ways away and reaches into his nightstand, and he pulls out a pretty crushed up carton of cigarettes. Looks like he's had it for a while, and he flips it open, pulls one out, and just kind of snaps the lighter with his finger, and he lights it and takes a drag. And he kind of
drugs too.
It's a cigarette.
It's fine.
Ren, you have to kill.
Drugs.
Stitches get stitches.
Listen, I'm friends with a few people who make some really good halfling weed, but I digress.
I'll wink.
I'll wink.
Good old pipe weed.
Primrose, do you need help getting that stick up your ass? Because I feel like you need it.
I don't have anything up there. I'm just not used to it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, well, don't get used to it. It sucks. Doesn't even do anything for me anymore.
Quite honestly, being prim and proper all the time, Primrose, isn't exactly the life it's necessarily meant up to be. Let loose for a change, I cast minor illusion to make, floating shapes and colors. It's far more fun on this side.
I've been trying to transition to the other side ever since I left home. Trust me, I'm done.
Well, then I think you need to take your first step. Again, I point the bag of chips.
Oh my god.
Always the chips, man.
Maybe save that for a
The chips are symbolic.
The
chips are symbolic.
One day.
Can I just levitate one small chip up to Primrose? Eat it.
Not today.
Fatty.
Doku?
You did call him fatty. I knew I heard someone say fatty.
If you don't eat the chip, you're a fatty.
Genevieve is going to disapprovingly take a cushion and throw it at Doku.
Ah.
Oy, 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 oy. They say I'm a coward, but my.
Young boy.
I've been playing with not a full deck.
Young man, you do not insult a woman's weight like that unless you want to be battered.
Exactly.
Yeah, you kind of deserve that one. And he kind of gives him a little smack on the back. Not too hard, but
he goes flying across the room.
Yeah, no.
He
Nobody.
just sticks on the wall like one of them hand sticky things.
Yes.
Well, Zabanya.
Zabanya.
Vanya delusional gravity.
Yeah, no. But Alcer kind of takes a drag from his cigarette, and he just kind of saunters, not closer to the couch, but he kind of leans on the counter, and he takes a second. He goes, "Yeah, that night. What was it? God, 10 years ago." Well, the official story is that Dr. Worf stole a bunch of Irisian information, shot and killed his partner, and fled the city. And I hunted him down and took care of it. And by all accounts, most of that's true. But and he'll kind of lean back and he'll cross his arms and keep the cigarette between his teeth. He goes, "Listen, they sent out plenty of people that night, more than just guards. And the knights weren't even a thought yet. At least in our current incarnation, those kids were supposed to be the basis for something. I don't know what the hell Locke was thinking. But at the time, I was just a guard. As much as I could. I wasn't even that high ranking. But I got some notoriety, and I figured, you know what? I'll take my leave, and I'll go hunt them down myself. I believed it was the right thing to do. And competing with other guards and competing with the mercenary groups they hired, I got myself intermingled on a train, and I met a good few close allies. They helped me hunt down Dr. Worf. And frankly, he made it all the way out to Valspar. At least in what its current incarnation was back then. It wasn't nearly as advanced, but it was just about to cross the Irisian border over into the Grashiki territory when I found them camped out that night, along with everyone else. A good tracking friend of mine was able to hunt them down, along with my, well, late wife, soon to be. And when I found them, Dr. Worf was already dead. I didn't kill the man. I didn't kill any of them. At least, I didn't want to. But the kids they just weren't able to control what was going on with them. It was too much, and they were destroying everything around them, and they didn't have much of a choice. They couldn't control it, and they were gonna die either way. And they accidentally killed Dr. Worf, at least that's what they said, and they asked me to be with them until they passed. And I offered them a quicker, less painful way to go. And they were scared, but they accepted. And so I did what I had to do. But there was one who was more stable than the others. There was one who made it. At least I thought she did. At least I thought she would. And all they wanted to do was make sure that one of them made it. And so I didn't kill that one. I took her back, and I kept her around and brought her into the city. I attempted to make her my inheritor, I guess. That's what they like to call him. Someone to be the following knight. For lack of a better term, she was to be my retainer.
Hmm.
But that didn't last long either. And eventually, she got sick, and I couldn't leave my post. I became a knight pretty much the next day. I walked right on into the offices in the scientific division, and I told them to put me under the process that they put those kids through, and that was the only way they'd buy my silence, and they did. By some stroke of luck, I made it. I lived, and they went full force with it. They said that they had actually figured it out. And I kept Rhea I kept her under basically lock and key. I didn't want her to have to deal with anything. And Eventually, she fell ill, and my then wife at the time gave me the ultimatum. She can either leave the city and I can go with and try to find some kind of solution to this plague that was eating away at my daughter, or they would leave me here. But I couldn't leave and paint a target on their backs, and so they left. And I haven't seen them in a good 3 years, maybe even more. It's been so long. But no, I didn't kill those kids because I had to, because I wanted to. It's because they wanted me to. I didn't cut down Dr. War. Frankly, the man was a hero, and if I would have known everything that was going on, I would have helped him. They just, they, they didn't know what they were doing. But yeah, I killed those kids. I did. And I regret it every day, but I'm no hero for it. I'm not. If there was something I could have done, I would have. And there was nothing I could have done, so I did what I thought was best. And they venerated me for it, but I'd rather they didn't. And that's that. That's everything that happened that night. Nobody made it out alive, at least. I didn't think they did.
Jeez. I'm so sorry.
I've already made my peace.
I mean, I was definitely told a completely different story, and Dr. Valentina here informed me that my perspective on it was completely wrong, and now I agree, hearing it from you. It's just not really sinking in yet. I guess it just takes a while.
The city is, for lack of a better term, one of the greatest places for the people. But its governing bodies and the people at power, oh, it almost makes me wonder if it'd be better to blast this place out of the sky.
I dare say
Not
that
yet.
I dare say that Grove has the same idea.
Yeah.
Let's not blast anything out of the sky just yet. There might still be hope. And yeah, I hope I can help in any way I can.
Well, like I said,
Hope I can be useful.
like I said, y'all can make your decision. You have a night. I can give you that, but excuse me for a minute. And Elsar kind of stands up and heads out onto the balcony and closes it up and gives them a little shush through the window and continues to smoke his cigarette. He just kind of rushes out as quick as he can.
So, where's everyone at after that?
This
Cal's
entire
just
time.
gonna. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Cal's just gonna muse briefly and say, I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to this kind of lifestyle. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Seems like something that's takes a while to get used to.
Oh, it does. Trust me. But, to start things off, I intend to do whatever's best for this city. And right now, it seems helping him is what's going to be best for him.
Sounds like it.
So, at the very least, I'm going to be joining him. And I'm certain that the doctor, sounds like Primrose, are also heavily debating it.
I'm going to be
Honestly,
helping.
Yeah. Fuck the people in charge. I'm in.
That's the spirit.
I will be helping as well. You know, it's weird this entire time. For most of my life, I've just been hearing grand stories of this hero, but it's different from how they explain. And I feel like if anyone needs help, not only is it the city, but it's Alsar as well.
He's as much a victim in any of this as the kids that we transported out of the city.
At the end of the day, no one is some glorified god, deity, or hero. Everyone's a person.
Indeed.
We all saw.
Oh no, I take that back. Some are horrible monsters, but let's not get into that.
Well, there's nuance in everyone, and I think it would do the kids justice to help the city. At least to help them rest.
Mm.
So that seems like 1, 2, 3, 4 on board, and 3 undecided.
Cal then will take a look around, take a deep breath, say, I might not agree with Grove on a lot of things, but I can at least agree that cities like Iris, with how corrupt these son bitches sound, probably deserve to get shot out of the sky. I'm in.
Personally, I'd really rather not bring the entire city down. I'd rather quite rip the corruption out by its roots, and then give what is good about the city, the technology, the floating city itself, the advancements, the medicine, all that. Give it to the good people, the people who deserve the help. What we intended to do from the very beginning was then soiled by bureaucrats and investors.
Yes. Corruption
That's kind
has
of what
no
I
place
meant,
in
yeah.
society.
Now, I understand I understand what you meant. I want to make it very clear that while I sympathize in some ways, I do not agree with Grove. They're whatever they've been doing when they targeted the infrastructure rather than the people, ultimately will still lead to many, many deaths if the city just collapses and all the people living here come crashing down and the people in the Undercity are crushed underneath it all. I will not abide that.
You don't want to kill people, but they're perfectly fine with blowing up their homes. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll see why they've taken this new approach, or if perhaps that was an accident. Who knows? Genesis is a fickle energy in both its forms. But, Doku, Rowan, what are your decisions?
Well, I don't want all the other kids in the Undercity to suffer more than they have to. And, well, I'm not a huge fan of how things are going right now with, well, what seems to be going in the background of the upper city, Iris. And, well, what was his name again?
Who?
Alsar, are you talking about?
Alsar. Alsar is
Oh,
good at looking people up and finding out things that shouldn't really be found out.
Oh, we got
Maybe you could
raided.
help me.
oh, the Dungeon Lounge. Thank you.
Dungeon Lounge raided
Welcome
us.
in. Thank you for raiding.
Oh.
Hello everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for raiding. Oh, Sasha, thank you for following, leaving your mark. I assume you guys just got done playing something. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for entrusting us with your community. Hello, Liz. How you doing?
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
jeez, it seems so present.
you guys call us when we're in the we're almost at the 3-hour mark. For our Fray here's original setting D&D 5e game here, Genesis. We're all just having a very, very serious conversation about our futures and what will be
Not
held in store.
futures, dead children, chips.
And also,
These are really important things. in
also
life,
arguing
yeah.
about the sharing of chips around the table. Yes, how are you guys doing? I hope whatever you were playing was fun.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
How we
And
been-
now transitioning back to depression.
Fun.
Now back to talking about the death of children.
Dead kids.
Dead
Dead
kids.
children from a child.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, you guys were
Poor
playing
children,
werewolf.
my children.
You guys were playing werewolf. That's wonderful.
No. Oh my god, he's the man behind the slaughter.
Enjoy your dinner.
Stop.
Oh my god,
no.
everyone! I understand who's
Him.
behind Grove. The purple man.
Leave.
No, no,
Not me.
no,
Don't look at me.
no,
Wait,
no,
Wait,
no,
Matt, what year
no.
are we in the game?
Oh my god, wait, are we actually in 887? Wait a minute. I gotta
Is
look
it
at
the
that.
bite of 87?
It's
No.
No.
We might.
G-
I have
Fnag.
to scroll.
Fnag.
Alright,
I'm gonna
Five
The-
Nights at
the
Genesis.
campaign-
Fnag.
The campaign start. No. So okay, no. It
That
was
beach
the
bags.
campaign started on the 22nd of Fur in the 84th year of the 9th era. So it's 884. It has been 10 days since the start. So technically, we are on the 10th of Nita, which is the fall months. So we're not in 84. We're not in 87. We're in 84. We're 3 years too early.
We're in.
Sure,
wait, I know.
Sure.
Wait, guys, I know what's going on. We're in. We're in.
This is the
We're
fast
in
universe.
We're in 1984.
What?
Oh
Oh
no.
yes, heard of the War of 19?
Oh no. Are you talking about George Orwell? Oh my god, it is Orwell.
Yeah, we're in Orwell's 1984.
Oh no.
We actually kind of are.
Yeah, we kind of
Oh,
are.
got it.
Considering
God.
considering Ausar basically said, yeah, every single place in the city is bugged except for here. Yeah, no, we are in Orwellian 84. So yes, you guys had fun with Werewolf the Forsaken. I do love me some World of Darkness. And I hope, yeah, this case had a blast. Thank you. If you want to, just sit back, enjoy, just listen to us in the background if you want. Thank you for trusting
Now
the
we get
community
to
to
see
us.
if one can remember the train of
Mm-hmm. Yes, so I believe I left off with Doku giving his reasoning.
Okay, so quick recap. Kids unfortunates in the underground. I don't like that. Also, things in the background with the government. I also don't like that. And Alsar, really good at investigating. I might want him to look into Grizzly. Okay, I'm done. I'm in.
Yeah, good kid. Sometimes.
Called the lady fat just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Don't listen. Bad children get punished, okay? That's what I
Only
learned from when
reason
I
you-
was a kid.
The only
Bad.
reason you'd put a stick up your ass is put a worm in there to lose some weight.
There's nothing in there.
Whoa. Whoa.
Ow.
Yes.
Joker, who's
Yeah.
teaching you this?
Yeah. Doku, you don't get
Thunder
any.
City.
Doku, you get no.
Thunder City.
Doku, you get no Dunions.
What are Dunions?
When you
Don't make us get.
They're the onion flavored chip that you're never a Dunion with.
Aww.
You got one you never done.
I like the Wonder Crusts.
Also, I am going to make a note that for all of the rip-off brand products that we're going to be naming off, like Twatter and Gaggle and Red Minotaur and Beast energy drinks, we're just gonna I'm gonna make a
And then you
list.
have Bling Blongs.
What was the other one that was really good? Anxiety at the party.
At the party,
Yeah. Rip-off Panic at the Disco is Anxiety at the Party.
Yeah, and
Oh,
their lead
Jack.
singer is Jimmy Urine.
Jimmy, you're. Oh my
Anyways,
god.
Rowan. You
Rowan's
win.
Anyways, Rowan, your turn to talk about the dead children.
Is he here?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
I know it may be rich, or not really rich, but unlike a lot of you, I'm not so noble. I was burning down buildings for fun in the undercity before I became a firefighter, and I partially did that to repay some debts. But
Ironic.
if this means if I get paid back, and you guys are probably gonna need someone that can find magic a little bit easier. I tend to be able to sniff that type of stuff out much easier than others. I'm suppose.
That sounds like a unanimous vote.
Then I say we don't tell him until tomorrow so that we can use his bathroom perfectly fine.
Ooh, I bet he has those toilets that can flush.
I bet he has actual shower with hot water.
Yeah,
Hot
What's
water?
Cheddar right now?
Genevieve,
How is she
Genevieve is going to pull her glasses off, massage the bridge of her nose, look at Marquis like fuzzy-eyed, since she doesn't currently have her glasses on, and go, I'm starting to believe that you're the son of a noble.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And also,
Mhm.
speaking of that,
I'm certain if you ask any nobles around here, they have no sons.
Oh, I'm sure you've been disowned.
I think
Ouch.
with the decision made,
They wish, and I will start walking to his bathroom.
I'm gonna piss
I
in his
will
sink.
say, I'm gonna piss in his sink. That's fine. Cheddar is doing fine, by the way. He has calmed down significantly after lighting your face on fire, or at least attempting to.
Yeah,
But
no, for those who just got here, outside there, the man who's perpetually jumping off the balcony, he owns a cat, which is a rescued experiment, which casts burning hands on the person that grabbed it.
that's why he calls him Cheddar. He melts them. He melts the cheese. Alsar uses him to make quesadillas.
Quesadillas.
Hey man, you have it, use it.
Quesadillas. But I think with the decision made, this will be a good time for a bathroom break.
Yeah.
And we can have a quick little 5-minute, 10-minute little pause, get a drink, get some food, get a bathroom break going, and then come right on back.
Yep. Bio break.
Please.
I'm just going to leave the desktop audio unmuted so you guys can shoot shit while I go to the BRB screen. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got a good 16, 17 people in. It seems to be jumping between 16 to 18, but hey, man, absolutely.
Yeah, we got a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We got a nice cool raid from Dungeon Lounge, so that's really nice.
They're
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for those who aren't familiar with them, the Dungeon Lounge are a nice group of 4 VTubers, that being Sasha the Griffin, Flora the Dragon, Elizabeth the Banshee, and Mal the Lich Lord. And they are all wonderful people. They are very much into tabletop as much as we are, as well as just video games in general, and they've been a very welcoming people to me whenever I've dropped into their streams.
Love to see it.
I was also running a game of Paranoia for them not too long ago, a little while ago, but not too long ago, and they were great to have as players.
That's awesome.
That is actually pretty great.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the BRB stream. Not much is gonna change besides the fact that I'm gonna be going grab a drink.
Yeah,
We're
I'm gonna
meeting
go-
right now, right?
I'm gonna go get some water, and I am desperately craving a honey bun, so I'm gonna go eat a honey bun.
Yo, actually, I'm gonna go get a Danish.
Oh man, a Danish sounds lit right now. All right, good vibes all
Um,
around. I'm
We're
gonna.
gonna check for some more entrails.
Okay, go find more
Oh.
entrails, Sully. It's all right. Just do me a favor and please stop breaking Suki's things.
I will
No.
never. It is a
No.
hobby now.
Please continue.
I'm gonna start doing that with Sully because that sounds really fun.
Stop breaking things.
Now it's just me.
I don't know.
Never mind. No. Well, it's just.
I'm actually gonna go look. Maybe they have some more beef entrails. I really like.
God damn it! I'm alone. God,
I'll be right back as well.
God
Sorry.
damn it!
I'll be back, but don't worry, Peppy. I'm always listening. Always.
No.
Hell, I have Danish.
Wonderful tunes.
Can I have some of the Danish, please?
No,
You may
fuck
not
you.
consume the Häagen-Dazs.
Fuck off.
That's it. And I was gonna give you
People
some.
have been eating my Danishes anyways. You ain't getting my goddamn Danish. I will destroy you, you glorified ghost.
Listen here, fight me.
You glorified house spirit.
That's it. We're good. Meet me out back. We're gonna go fight.
All right. Cash me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that? I'm gonna shoot you with my little blunderbuss. Fucking Sam just sent me a picture of, or not a picture, a video of a fucking chicken getting faded up, and I'm like, oh my god. Anyways, I'm feeling very homicidal right now. Yeah, it's all quiet again.
So I was eating my Danish. I didn't. My mic picked it up. So I assume then that it's just us two right now.
Yes, it's just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Wait.
What's that song? I'm like, the song is just. It's called Just the Two of Us, right?
It is called Just the Two of Us. My favorite version is
Oh,
Toshi.
God.
Maybe
back
it's
run.
the rest of us.
Just the rest of us.
Oh god, he's back, run!
Run. I'll give you a 10-second head start.
Ah, hey, why would I run?
You call it a 10-second head start, I call it a... Oh god, I'm tired. Shit.
I call it not running at all and sitting there and waiting for the inevitability of my own death.
Yeah, exactly. This guy gets it. Fucking the horror monster killer comes and goes, I'll give you 10 seconds to run. 10, 9. Why are you counting? 8, 7. Is something going to happen when we get to the end? 6, 5. Why don't you sit down, man? You look really tired.
Scale to 1 to 10, how much does this cheddar hate me right now?
They are not happy with your existence.
Oh, you don't understand. You say, I have access to the Bard spell list. The only A spell they have at first level. Animal friendship. I get 2 spells a day.
Oh, I see.
Oh no, remember, you forget, Peppy. You forget, Rowan. I can give my spells to other people.
Oh, that's true. But I'm still gonna hold that cat even though it hates me. Isn't that like little kitty?
You know, I'm very glad that I got to use cheddar. I fucking love cheddar.
It wasn't old Genesis.
It was not, no. That's Bjork's replacement, I'm kidding.
No! Oh!
Maybe for the rest of us. I can listen to that song now. It is going to be in my head for a bit.
I can't believe.
Back.
Jake has returned.
Let's see. It's called, I think it's just called Just the Two of Us.
Played the Toshinobu Kubota version. It's the best version. I love
I'm
that
going to listen whatever I heckin' want. You're not the boss of me in these break hours. Hello, Mr. Rover Washington.
Just the two of us.
Oh, it's this song. Okay, just the two of us. What the fuck song am I thinking of?
I have no idea, dude. That's the only
Just
song I
the
know
two
about.
of us. We can make it if we try.
Yeah, there's that
That
song.
one?
There's that version. No, not that one. It's there's a song where it's like, maybe for the rest of us, ba da 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 da. You know that one?
No. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Are you
Fuck,
making this up?
I think you're making it up.
No, it exists. I think.
It exists.
What?
It exists.
Are you
Hold
sure?
on. Let me go to the freaking Omega playlist and dig through it.
Yeah, that's. Is this is this gonna be another like Mandela effect thing?
Let's see here. It's not bouncing off the walls. It's not boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. No. It's definitely not Can't Feel My Face. It's definitely not Clown Fucker.
You want to talk about that one, homie? Wait a minute. Roll that back. Roll that back.
What the fuck? Hey, yo, what the?
Yeah,
Hey, yo, what the
Can't Feel My Face is a song by The Weeknd.
No, that is not what you know damn well what we're talking about.
I played Clown Fucker for you before.
I missed it. What happened?
He's talking about fucking clowns.
You know what, Ditto? I'm gonna say it to you, Tets.
My man is sick for the clussy.
I'm also gonna say it to you as well, Matt, so you can hear and you can listen what Clown Fucker is.
I certainly will.
Because it is like an actual certified, like, good piece of music.
Oh, good.
It's by Toby Fox.
Yeah, it's by Toby Fox.
Toby Fox made the song Clown Fucker.
Yep.
Are you
He worked on
surprised?
it with
Are you
James Roach.
are you surprised? Toby Fox and the creator of Homestuck were both obsessed with juggalos.
You know what?
Alright.
That is a very, very good
Let's see
point.
here. It's definitely not Depression is Here. It's not either of the Devil songs. It's not Dirty Night Clowns.
So,
It's not Everybody Wants to Be an
huh?
Astronaut.
Clowns.
You know, I just realized I might not even have that song saved. So yeah, that's just gonna be lost in the wind. How'd you get so good? What the fuck is this song?
That one's fun. That one's the Fuzzy Duck song.
Oh, was this the song that you sent to me at some point?
Mm-hmm.
Or it might have been, yeah. I can add to playlist, add to that one.
It's the
Definitely
Fuzzy
not
Duck
I Am
song.
the Strip Club by Iggy Azalea.
I am the strip club.
Yeah. Let me real quick grab like the first couple of lyrics here. It's hit it 1 time, 2 times, 2 alive, laying poolside and made me wooside. 2 fine, do your own thing, I'ma do mine. Fat ass slap dance, popping on a handstand. It's so stupid.
What the fuck?
I do not count Iggy Azalea among the great artists that some people seem to think she is.
Do people think Iggy Azalea is great?
Yeah, some people do.
I miss having sex, but at least I don't want to die anymore.
At least I don't want to die anymore. Okay, so that's talking about depression meds.
It's by the band Water Parks.
Oh.
It's definitely not I'm a member of the Midnight Crew, the 1909 version of it. I'm a member of the Midnight Crew.
Oh, hey, it's us.
It's not Johnny, because that's a song about school shootings.
Matt, Sam wants to pet Cheddar.
Sam
wants
can
to pet
absolutely
Cheddar so
pet
bad.
Cheddar. Cheddar is a good boy.
But he would absolutely
God,
burn
Matt's
you.
got my own face.
Absolutely. Cheddar might burn you. It depends on how well they've gotten to know you.
Cheddar can't burn me because I'm resistant to that shit.
Cheddar can damn well try. You haven't even seen Cheddar's final form.
So I really do love songs that have like weird names in them. This one is strange. So the name of the song is Nothing Will Be the Same, right? That's fine. It's a normal name. In parentheses, it has Sweet Dreams. Fine. Some songs have, parentheses. And then after that, you have brackets, Father of God.
What?
I'm
Interesting.
currently watching a shit ton of cat videos with the with a silhouette from Naruto playing in the background as they do random shit.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, and then Spy the Band, Ferdinand, FKA, Left Boy.
Ferdinand FKA Left Boy. Okay.
Interesting.
Understandable. Have a good day.
There's a song Parrot by the band Stepdad.
I'm back.
Okay, we're all back.
Pink
All right.
Wednesday by the band Canadian Softball.
Although I think Gwen is muted.
I love band names from indie bands because they're just so stupid. Like, there's one band name called Human Wine, all one word.
Oh.
Okay, Sam sent me that fucking video to Fray. It's so good.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all of Ausar's animals that he's brought into the fold. Just experiments.
At the 1 minute, 45-minute mark, there's a video of a cat that just gets on top of someone and starts hitting their head. That's Cheddar the fucking Rowan right now.
Cheddar beating you up right now. Anyways, once Lynn is back, we can continue because I realize Lynn has not yet fully returned.
I'm back.
Lynn has fully returned.
Yo, if we all get a cat one day, can we just name him Cheddar now?
Cheddar the
Yeah.
cat. I'd be
We'll name
down.
him Parmesan.
Nah, it'll be his brother. All right.
We just
Everybody here?
we just keep buying cats and start naming them after cheeses.
Mozzarella's gonna be my favorite, and also Parmesan.
Gruyere.
Now we have Gruyere. Gruyere has to be the hairless cat, though.
Gruyere, yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, so if everybody's back, everybody here, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well then, we can continue. So, let me make double sure that everything is all good. 1 second. Clicky, clicky, click. And where that music go? Where the music
It's something about cats ganging up on a fucking dog and kicking its shit in is interesting.
It is pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so everything's going, music is still going. We can begin again. So, the unanimous decision was made. Everybody agreed that, for what they've got to do, they do agree that, they want to help Ausar. They want to make sure everything's all good.
I'm gonna report him to the police right off the bat.
I'd like to cast Fireball directed at myself.
Direct on myself. Don't worry if our dear Rowan here continues to irritate Cheddar, he'll do it himself. But that's okay.
Don't worry, I have a fix for that.
Counterspell the cat. No, but about 5 minutes go by. Everyone's kind of made the unanimous decision, debating it, whatnot. Just a few minutes after you make your final decision, Ausar steps back in, shuts the door tight, and then just kind of, you see him flick the cigarette off of the balcony.
As a small reminder, I did leave to use his shower.
Yes, you've left to use his shower. By the way, he has a very nice bathroom. It's one of those fancy marble bathrooms, and it has a shower phone.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, a shower phone and a bidet.
Times I can prank call a bunch of pizzas. So.
Hey!
Hey, must be the bidet.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Does his bathroom have a little trash bin in it?
Yes, it has a little trash bin in it.
Oh my god.
Petty. See?
Primrose.
That's because this is a fancy bathroom, Primrose.
Yeah, it's fancy. It's like the one in my place.
Primrose, you do not put the paper in the trash here. It has good plumbing you can use.
Listen,
can-
I'm from Elvish ancestry. We do things differently.
Yes, but if I swear, Primrose, if I see some shit napkins in the trash, I am going to
Stop.
throw you out the window.
Stop. Cease.
Oh man. Anyways, um, Oscar kind of looks over everybody and goes, "Okay, so, like I said, take your time. My house is yours, and stay here as long as you like. But if you're not gonna jump on in, I can really only accommodate you for one night. So, what are you guys thinking?"
Well, from what everyone here just said, I believe we're all in. You have a little posse now.
Oh, nice. I didn't think I'd get this far.
I don't know. I didn't think I would get this far.
Your overflowing confidence gives me even more reassurance in throwing in with this. What's the plan?
Well, I mean, that I'm gonna leave up to you. He's gonna kind of sit. There's several places that if you want to try and get into that basement, you are gonna need access, but that's just not something that you can go ahead and find.
Oh, anonymous chair. Thank you for 10 bits. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you.
Now
Thanks
give
for the
him more.
bits.
No.
Oh,
Whoa, that's a lot of bits.
Well.
yeah. Like 10 of them.
Wow.
Sully, don't eat them. Wow.
Yummy, glorious bits.
It's not food. No, Sully.
I kind of I can get a bunch of recording things for like different amounts of bits.
That would be nice.
That's one thing I wanted to get sorted at some point once I have the once I've got the time and also the musicians I can contact about it.
Slash, we can also get a proper night crew channel going.
Absolutely, yeah, we can get that going soon. But I digress. Elsar goes, listen, it's gonna be up to you guys what you want to do. Like I said, I've got my ways to get you into the the 8th district again, but you're not just gonna find that clearance lying around, and you can't go digging up graves for it. It's not gonna help. They probably weren't buried with it. Yeah. What I can say is, no, go,
Sorry.
go, no, go.
I was just gonna ask, like, is there like a filing system, some kind of place where that would be stored?
Probably
Did they
not.
just get thrown away?
They would have probably destroyed as much evidence of it as they possibly could, but there's two things I remember about Dr. Worf and all of his companions is that they were very thorough with what they were doing. And he kind of leans back against the glass, and he kind of points himself back to the City of Iris hologram that he's got going over the table right now. And he goes, I've marked off some places that I've decided have the best chance of having anything in them. I've got Dr. Worf's old residence before he moved into the 2nd District. I've got Dr. Valentine and her small little laboratory over at the college. And I also subsequently have the office over in the 5th District where Dr. Locke made his dealings. And if you really wanted to risk it, for some of you it might be a little harder than others, there is the 1st District Lior residence. If you can get over there, you might find something, but I can't guarantee that any of these places have anything, but it's the best I've got, aside from blasting a hole through the city. Wherever you...
If he's still alive, not that I want to bring up that old creep, would Dr. Lazarus possibly have clearance?
If anyone alive was going to have it, it would be him.
But
I
then
mean, we
again,
can break into his
I don't know
house.
That's true, you could.
Oh, I would love to break into his house.
I would also not be against that, though, if
The
he
sound
saw
of the
me, that
shower
would
starting.
create a lot of problems.
Yeah, the sound of the shower starting.
Oh my god.
Is he using my shower?
He's using your shower.
Well, I can't really blame him. It's a nice shower.
But yeah, if you're all willing to break into a, I'm guessing, really, really bad person's house, probably help with that.
Well, I guess I never really thought about that one.
See,
I'm-
under normal circumstances, I don't break into people's houses, But there are people I'm willing to make exceptions for, and this might just be one of them.
You know, now that I think of it, there might be something in his house. Not just the key card, possibly, but also information regarding how I could possibly get out of this thing. And she gestures to the suit she's wearing. I don't know if I told everyone, but I'm kind of stuck in this.
Do you still like sweat in that thing?
Oh, yes. All bodily fluids get filtered and retransformed into proper Genesis energy to fuel the suit.
I think I just threw up in my mouth.
It's clean, it's hygienic. It is the most hygienic way to.
Would you say you're comfortable in that?
Well, it's not exactly comfortable, but I've gotten used to it after a while.
Say no more.
Does it feel like you're carrying a refrigerator on your back at all times?
Pretty much.
Weird question, but yeah.
Ay,
Yeah.
poor creature.
If you want to get in there, if you're looking to try and find where Lazarus Wharf is still alive at, hell, if he's alive. We haven't really heard from him since the explosion that happened a year or so ago, but, well, no one's really seen him. I think if I remember correctly, and Elsar kind of crosses his arms and makes his way over towards the hologram. He looks at it for a moment and just kind of walks around it and goes, if I remember correctly, he moved into the 3rd district over at the military garrison. So he wanted to live on site so he could be working with as much experimental technology as he could, but they wouldn't let him move into the 2nd district. It'd be hard to get in. I mean, it's a military garrison, but it's not impossible. We just had to be very careful about it. But, yeah. And then you'd have to watch out for Jorn.
As they say, baby steps. I feel like we should tackle what's easiest first.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if any of these are
Maybe.
necessarily easy.
You know
Well,
what I
we
mean?
could try Dr. Valentina's old lab.
We
But-
could.
Or we could try Dr.
maybe-
Worf's old residence.
I don't think we explored
Maybe
the.
Go ahead.
I don't think we explored the entirety of the hospital. Maybe we can look back there as well.
Should we split?
Split the party. Split the
I think
party.
splitting the party sounds like a great idea. I think
Split.
that should just frankly happen more often.
Yeah.
I think
If only I was here to voice my
Middle.
approval.
If some.
Yeah, actually, funny enough,
mean,
while
think
they're
of
all debating, this was something that happened sideways there. You hear the door to the bathroom open.
Oh, great. I'm not really showering. I'm just cleaning my fucking clothes and using minor illusion to make it sound like I'm showering.
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
In reality,
Oh
I'm
my
cleaning my
God.
fucking outfit.
That's the
Oh
cat.
my god.
The cat is staring at you.
Wow.
It walks in. It looks very confused. It looks up at you, looks into the shower, goes meow, and then it walks out.
I go back to cleaning my clothes.
Okay, never mind. I didn't think you were doing that because that whole plot thread went out the window. That's fine. That's fine. It's all good.
I'm not using a man's shower. That's crazy. I'll eat his food. I won't bathe in his bathroom. God.
That's weird. He's telling you you can all live there. There's enough room for you all.
the second I thought Marquis was like that weird alien from Rick and Morty that pooped on Rick's toilet. You have a really nice toilet. We're friends now.
Oh my god.
Anyways, yeah, he kind of leans in and goes, "Yeah, it's possible, but it's up to you. Like I said, it's you who's gonna be going out there. I'm not doing anything.
Oh, so you're bumming out over here?
I don't have a choice. They've got constant surveillance on me. If they saw me with all of you, not only would they know something's up, dead, 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 dead. As he points to everybody.
Yeah, speaking of which, I think separating would be a terrible idea. Primarily because
I
of
only think it would be a good idea. Sorry, go ahead.
primarily because most of us are ghosts, according to the system here in Iris and the larger government body. And if one of us were to, say, get stopped for inspection and our IDs, non existent as they are, be inspected, I believe that would be a poor thing. I think what we should do is, at the very least, before we split, secure some false identification.
I think I already have some.
Yeah, I was about to say, Gene, you might have some. I don't know how many you have. If you have one, but
How do you just have that?
How have I been living as a quote dead person for the past however many years?
Actually, now that I think about it, you remind me of someone. I can't quite put my finger on it.
That's okay. You can keep not putting your finger on it.
If you
That's
guys want
fair.
fake IDs, I probably know a guy.
Are you I know a guy right now?
Well, yeah, I have criminal contact. Of course I know a guy.
That's true. Quick, who do you know, Doku?
Oh dear. I'm actually gonna have to make someone up.
Jam.
I have someone if you'd like me to give them to you.
Yes, please.
I think I know who it might be too.
Yeah, no, the person that you're referring to actually is someone who works out of the 10th district in a small market, the industrial district. It's a little bit more of a rundown area. Pillar Knight there is Rorik. Actually, funny enough, the one who saved you and those lemon kids all that time ago. He operates out of the 10th district. In there, you're aware of a Kenku that is known for selling
I
things
knew
a little under the radar, but he's always been a little weird. And for some of the stuff that he's got, it might be worth a shot. That's where you got yours.
I'm gonna relay all this information to the party.
Very good.
Do me and Primrose maybe know who he's talking about?
You would probably have an idea. You wouldn't know them nearly as good as Doku does, but you know that his name is Benku.
Oh god damn it!
Kenku the Kenku.
I see.
Benku the Kenku in the 10th district. He's really good at making fake IDs.
Yes, but he's very eccentric.
I don't know him too well, but we could try.
How much does he usually charge?
Don't worry about the money. I know who you're talking about, actually.
Oh god damn it!
What?
He knows.
Why
Of course
does
he knows.
everyone have criminal contacts?
Because
This
if I
is
didn't,
highly illegal.
you are walking highly illegal, Primrose. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yes, but not intentionally.
That doesn't mean you didn't do it. If you accidentally rob a bank, that doesn't mean you don't go to jail.
I'm saying I didn't.
Wait, Elsa, how do you?
I didn't steal the suit. It was, anyways, whatever.
How do you accidentally rob a bank?
Don't worry about it.
Very violent sleepwalker.
I am a
Yeah,
very
you.
violent sleepwalker.
Yeah, you walk into a bank during service hours while presumably under the influence of something. You think you're talking with an interdimensional unicorn for forgiveness, but no, you're just getting money out of the ATM and not paying for it.
Yeah, if you want to talk about interdimensional unicorns, then you definitely need to go talk to Benku. Anyways, yeah, no, he used to run with that group way back in the day. I'm just an old friend of mine. He owes me a favor. Just name drop me. I don't know. Take a selfie with me. Actually, probably don't do that. That'll incriminate you. Doesn't matter. Just tell Benku that I'm cashing in on my favor. If you want to go out and you want to get those fake IDs, he should cover it.
Okay, so fake IDs first, and then Dr. Lazarus? Maybe something easier first. One of the other locations.
It's true that the consequences for getting caught at Dr. Lazarus' place, if he's alive or if it's still being surveilled, would be worse than a dead person's house.
True. And also, if we did manage to sneak in and sneak out with a card, he would probably miss the card and start looking for it. So, as interesting as that would be, maybe not the best option. And also, I had suggested splitting the party mostly because if we all went to one location together and something happened there, it would happen to all of us, and there would be no one to save us. Whereas if we split the party and one group ran into trouble, the other could save them.
The reason I suggest all of us go to get these IDs as one is so that we all have this identification as soon as possible, and then we can split up.
Oh, yes, the IDs, yes.
That does sound like a good idea.
The IDs, we go together.
At this point, he will step out in a freshly pressed, clean outfit. I'm sorry, did I hear something about splitting up?
Something we might do later.
Oh.
It'll assist us in covering more ground.
Color me intrigued. As long as it's not permanent marker, of course.
At the same time, though, I feel like we work pretty well as a unit, so we might as well have strength in numbers, too.
The thing I will mention now, if based off of what we're saying here, breaking into a location, smaller groups tend to be working in a better capacity.
That I will agree with.
Especially when he sort of like looks to Rowan. Some of us are less than stealthy? More direct in their methods. That's yes.
Yeah, can't argue with that one.
Can't argue with that either. I don't exactly consider myself very stealthy, so.
Listen, I got red hair, horns, and I can breathe fire. I'm not really. I kind of stick out like a sore thumb.
And I prance around in a pure white suit and top hat.
I think the
Well,
stealthiest
that's simple. Just change your clothes.
I know. That was the point. All right.
Oh, wow.
Oh God, you're a balloon now.
Well, we all have phones. How about
Always
the more
have
stealthy part of the group break in, and then when we need backup, you can just break through the wall.
Well, don't use phones because they can probably pick up on the signal. I can telepathically communicate with everyone here, remember?
Oh, yeah, forgot.
I think I missed that earlier, actually, but.
Actually, Rowan, you never told anybody that.
Oh, I never.
Yeah, no, you never told anyone.
You can do, and they're all like, "You can do what?" Like,
that's good to know.
Oh, I thought I told everyone that. Well,
I think he did at one point communicate with me, but
yeah, I did.
You have It's nice to know those horns are also good for as telepathic antennae. Did I pick up radio?
Rowan's gonna move his horns a little bit, or attempt
As
to.
he's moving his horns, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to make it sound like radio static near him. And the more that he adjusts it, the more that the The more like he moves it around, quote unquote, the more the radio static seems clear until eventually it picks up a broadcast about the highway today.
Here's a little experiment. Is the TV currently on?
The TV is not currently on, actually. Well, I mean, no, wait, no, it would be because I also turned it on for the security footage, but it's not playing the TV. It's not playing
Actually,
the
I
cable,
want to
rather.
try something. Turn it to the news real quick.
Yeah, sure. And then also just kind of flips off the hologram and flips the TV onto the news, where Neri Kane is doing a special about how ducks and their migratory patterns are crashing headlong into the city.
I'd like to mention, by the way, minor illusion. I make it a whisper so that only he hears it.
Oh,
Penis, 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 penis.
what are you doing?
Looking at Neri through the TV. I'm gonna try, even though this is probably not gonna work. I'm gonna try to essentially establish telepathic communication.
Yeah, no, you reach out and you try and you try and you try, and then you get a fucking headache because you're looking at a screen and focusing very hard. It does not work.
A little bit of
I
blood
will,
comes out.
however, change the minor illusion to repeat what's happening on the broadcast.
Rowan, why are you watching the news?
Yeah, sure. You know what? Use minor illusion to cast the echo on the broadcast.
Like I said, it's a whisper, so it's like right in his ear. Coming like slightly through with like radio static.
He's gonna hold up a thumbs up. A little bit of nose trickling down his a little bit of nose, a little bit of blood trickling down his nose. I was trying to establish a contact. Now my brain hurts. I have a limit.
Is he 11 from Stranger Things?
In a weird way, kind of.
With the bloody
The Force, Luke.
It's like when you shave your head.
No.
All you gotta do is shave your head now.
Genevieve will
Do you
actually.
even have?
Genevieve will actually stand up with this and stride over to where Rowan is and take his face with both hands. Look him over. Look him in the eye.
This is weird.
What would it be? Just a like
I'm noticing she tends to get a bit handsy.
I'm a doctor. I get hands on. Now, would it be a medicine check to see if this guy's fucking blown a blood vessel and might be getting an aneurysm or a stroke at any point?
It would be. It would be definitely a medicine check.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that this child hasn't suddenly inadvertently given himself a stroke. 21.
Yeah, no, you can tell that at the very most what he did is he popped a blood vessel. He's not gonna die. He hurt himself a little bit with the stress of it.
Yeah. Genevieve's gonna take the pill bottle out of her coat, pop the lid, pull out a single white pill, and hand it to Rowan and say, "For the pain. Don't do that again."
And he's gonna done that, and
Yeah.
I might try it again in the future.
Tastes the pill tastes the pill tastes slightly sweet.
Once the pill gets popped in there, the illusion will wind down as if the radio shuts off.
Oh my god. Why are you doing this to this man?
Marquis the gaslighter.
Oh, this sound's finally disappearing.
Marquis the gaslighter.
Gone. The voices are finally silenced.
Because I have minor illusion, I gotta use it, man. If I'm able to cast minor illusion subtly at will, like why wouldn't I?
That is fair. That is a big thing. Let's see. Alistair kind of looks around and goes, "Yeah, okay. Well, you all have fun with that. There's 3 bedrooms available. There's obviously more than 3 of you. I hope y'all don't mind cuddling. I can probably get more beds up
Oh
here.
no, we have to cuddle. Whatever will we do? Oh.
Yeah, you can figure it out. I don't care the sleeping arrangements. Frankly, if you want to sleep on the couch, the only thing I do is say don't sleep on the balcony because they can see you out there, and that's
I'm
probably
gonna go
not a good
sleep.
idea.
I'm gonna go sleep in the shower, and he's gonna take a pillow and he's gonna walk into the bathroom.
I can't feel anything but the suit, so I'll sleep on the floor.
That sounds awful. Okay.
Call
That
dibs on a bed.
does actually. Would you like help with that?
Huh?
Dips on the
Also,
couch.
Don't
also,
worry
Lynn
about
had
it.
to leave. Matt.
Oh yeah, I know. We're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
head out. Yeah, so we'll be wrapping up really soon.
We're about 3.5 hours in now.
Indeed. Yeah, we did start a little late, so that's totally fine. It's lining up just about where we usually stop.
Genevieve, for her part, is going to say, we got an interesting group here. Sleeping arrangements are going to be difficult. So, oh no, Doku's gone. Lynn, oh yeah, she had to drop, I think. Because
Yeah.
Just want to say, Doctor, would you like to share the night room with me?
I'd recommend you give Doku his own room unless you want.
I was going to say that as well because Doku is poisonous. Yes.
Contain the child.
Like I said, dibs on the couch.
I have no opposition to sleeping next to you, Marky.
Oh, it sounds like two people are sleeping on the couch. The child's getting his own room. Rowan's sleeping in the shower. Primrose set the floor. So I guess I'll take a room all to myself.
I suppose I shall too.
Yeah, and that means the last room is available for Jean.
Me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Me.
All right, sleeping rooms arranged.
Everyone gets a room. That's good.
Oh no,
except-
it's the only two people
not
get a
everyone.
room for Jean and me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jean, Jean, you, and
And
well, no.
Doku.
Yeah, and Doku.
Everyone else has chosen to sleep on the couch, the floor, or the shower.
Well, Genevieve said she'd snuggle up with you.
I said I had no opposition to sleeping next to Marquis if things got tight.
That's true.
What'd you call it? Rowan's gonna put a little sign outside the bathroom saying "knock before you enter."
Maybe we should just
Knock
put.
friend and enter.
Maybe we should put Rowan up the chimney.
Put Rowan up the chimney. Actually, don't put anything.
I think it's Rowan Myers down there.
Yeah, I think Grabby still lives up there. I haven't seen him in a few weeks.
Grabby?
Grabby is an octopus.
How many animals do you have?
2 technical animals, 1 security system, and technically one of my homies.
All right, good enough for me. I start making my way to my room.
I'm gonna go briefly back to the fucking fireplace and just gets abducted.
Ever heard of one of those old spells called Grasp of Hadar? Arms of Hadar? Yeah, it's that. He's just that, walking. Don't mess with Grabby, please.
Don't worry.
Cal kind of winces and just says, Eldritch Octopus, get out of here.
Yeah, he's got
I
eyes
mean,
for
unless you're
tentacles.
into that kind of thing.
Yeah, unless you're
I
into
knew a
that kind of
pervert
thing.
on the program who used to make much use of that spell.
I don't want to know about the people who touched me doing that.
Fair enough. You know what they say about psych wards, and even the people that work there have the insanity rub off on them?
Yes.
Yeah, well, imagine what that does for a person who worked on the night program. We were all twisted in our own way.
Professor, I feel, or Doctor, I feel, the need to. I don't actually want to know. Anyways.
No, please ask. If you have questions, do.
No, I'd rather not know.
You sure?
Anyway.
You sure? I'm an open book.
I am aware, and that is why I'm not going to ask. So.
No, please. State secrets at this point mean nothing to me.
I'm not talking about state secrets. I'm talking about personal secrets, and I really appreciate that. But actually, no, I do have a question.
Do you need a
recordings?
Sorry, what was that?
Where do they keep the recordings for the Pillar Nights?
Recordings?
Because I found the recordings for, he kind of motions around the room. He doesn't point to anyone specifically, but during their process they undergo the knighting ritual. But mine and the 9 others are missing.
If I had to guess, in that lab, down at the bottom. That's where the precursor experiments happened. More than likely, that's where you were converted as well. I'm going to assume you were blindfolded before you were brought to your processing?
Actually, no, I don't remember much of it. It's like my memory's just a blank. I remember storming into the office, being held up by several guards and demanding they do to me what they did to those kids.
Well, in that case, considering that is where the kids were experimented on. That's where the precursor to the official night program took place. I would say it's down that elevator.
Mm.
Even more reason to get down there.
You said that there were recordings of this process?
Every
Yes, indeed.
every knighting is recorded.
Anything goes wrong, new kind of they just want to cover all their bases.
Mhm.
If something unique happens with a knighting that can actually better the program, they'll keep
We-
an eye on it.
We want to be able to go over
Better
every
the
frame,
program.
every frame and every second in case we miss something that could be crucial.
Makes sense. Is that confidential or uploaded on WeTube?
No, it's
Oh
not.
no,
on
highly,
YouTube.
not even on Death League. It's highly confidential.
That's a
Makes
good one.
sense.
Yeah. If you want, I can show you yours.
You mentioned
Mine?
I think for Gene, you mentioned a bullet was involved.
Yeah, I don't think the Gene's too keen on seeing that one, though, are you? And they'll kind
I
of look
wouldn't.
over to
Oh,
him.
I don't need to.
You lived, or should I say, died it. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
What we did was monstrous, and there's no way I can repair it for it.
Now he's gonna go into his room.
I'll leave now.
Yeah, Genevieve is going to go quiet, and she's going to separate and go to her room as well.
All right, looks like I am sharing a room with the doctor. Do you want the left side or the right side?
I don't particularly care. I'm going to flop somewhere. I'm going to pass out.
All right.
When everyone is going off to bed down, before going to sleep, Primrose would go to Alsar, wherever he is, and just be like, hey, I know that everyone regards you as this great hero, and you might not feel that way yourself, but given that you genuinely care about the well-being of the people in Iris, I think that makes you enough of a hero. That should be enough.
That makes me an average human being, Primrose. And I appreciate it, but frankly, the city isn't as evil as most people make it out to be, but the how do I put this? The people aren't the reason that the city is in its state. It's the powers that be, and that's the
And
only reason I stayed.
quite frankly, comparatively to the other positions, other people, either A, in charge of the city or in your same position, you are, quite frankly, not that big of a monster.
Supposed to be sleeping. Weren't you in your room, Marky? You were debating over which side to sleep on.
No, I was just asking her where she was going.
I see. Well, for everything that you've managed to do for the city, Elsar, thank you, Senpai. I mean, sir.
Stop.
Senpai. my.
And she just walks off.
I can't
Genevieve-
tell you how
Lies
happy I am
face
I've heard-
down on the floor and tries not to cry.
Genevieve kicks open the door.
I cannot tell you how happy I am to have heard that, because now I can do this. Minor illusion of her saying senpai.
Genevieve kicks open the door and says, I sense a disturbance in the force.
Minor
Rowan
illusion of
coming out of the
senpai.
bathroom with cheddar in hand, and he...
SCP is escape containment.
Mimetic
Primrose jumps off
virus
the balcony.
Please stop.
lands on someone's
Primrose
TV.
will jump off the
Land on
balcony.
someone's TV specifically again.
Again.
lands on fucking Rowan as he like goes walking.
He's just outside.
Well, yeah, I think that's a decent place to wrap it up.
I think that is a very good place to wrap things up. I think
Yeah.
that it was a lot of talking today. I hope that wasn't too bad for anybody, but and more adventures to come. Now
More
with the action-
senpais to be said.
Stop.
I wanted
one
to include
uh,
that joke. I thought it would be funny.
Primrose.
I'm so happy
Prim-
I did not say I was going to my room.
Primrose has been noticed.
Has been noticed. Head pat.
Dude, bullying
God.
Primrose is Marquis' new favorite thing to do.
It's gonna be the last thing he does, I'll tell you what.
Damn right it is.
On his dying day, it will be the last thing he did before getting offed by some greater entity.
Senpai.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, no, we'll wrap it up. Though one thing that I will note is that yeah, Alsar is also just gonna fucking live here. So he's just gonna go and funny enough was going to sleep in the bathtub, but now he's just going to sleep on the balcony. But before he goes, he writes out a little note and he leaves it on the table for the morning, basically detailing what not to do to trigger the security system. And then he goes to bed and doesn't wake anyone up.
Okay. That said, thank you everybody who came. Thank you for the raid, Dungeon Lounge. I'm not sure if you're still here, Liz or Sasha or anybody else. Thank you to all those who came, those who stuck around. You're all truly wonderful. And I think, should we pass the love along or should we just close it off?
If you want to pass the love along, there's no harm in that. It's up to you
Your
guys.
stream.
Okay. Let's see who is currently active. Oh! Yes! It's Torkai's birthday!
Oh.
Torkai is a lovely
I
man.
can.
He's one of the first VTubers I ever met and got to speak with. He's a wonderful, self-described himbo metal oni with a head of green flame.
We can swing in there, wish him happy birthday, then
Yeah, he's doing he's on the tail end of a 24-hour stream. He is bushed, so give him some love.
That's good.
You'd love to see it.
So I'm going to go ahead and start directing us over. Again, thank you all for coming. That was a wonderful session, Fray. Thank you very much.
Oh, I actually appreciate that. I wasn't sure. I was like, we just kind of sat in a room and talked a lot, but I think it got a lot of character stuff.
We got some great role play and some great improv.
The chip is the first step to entering the other side.
The chip.
That's the name of this episode.
The chip.
I'll take a potato
One
chip.
day,
Are you gonna?
One day, something special will happen, and she'll have a potato chip on a very special session.
Are you gonna eat the? Are you gonna eat the red chip or the blue chip?
It's gonna be like it's gonna be like either the red pill or the blue pill from
Matrix.
the Matrix, or like the little unicorn origami thing from Blade Runner. It's gonna have some meaning.
The origami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Torkai is messing around with a bunch of friends. I think they're playing Uno.
Ooh, Uno.
Yeah, he's been cycling through a bunch of different. He's 23 hours in. He's got an hour left to his birthday.
That poor man.
Yeah, I can tell just by his body language, even with the stream muted, he is fading. So yeah, be kind to him. Be gentle. He is a lovable himbo who is extra thick, as you can see on his tank top.
Hold him gentle.
Yes. He's a wonderful. He's a wonderful Quebecois oni.
Especially Primrose, apparently. Goddamn.
Yeah. He's also Quebecois, so you guys might like him. He speaks French. Yeah, and off we go. Goodbye. See you later. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
We're here.
Mucha lucha.
Listen, it was a Freudian slip, but I'm kidding. I thought that'd be a funny joke.
That was very funny.
Primrose, they're 9% Senpai's a word in Genesis. Good to know.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, welcome, Raiders. My name is Sorgai.
Yes,
I'm
Marquis.
Actually, I'm currently eating because, like, it's been 23 hours I've been streaming. But Quest, thank you for the raid.
I like to imagine that
if I have a mod chat,
kidnap Getter in the front.